Yo, Thought Warriors. Higher Learning is on as I've been Lathan Jr.
And it's me, Rachel and Lindsay.
King Willonius, the creator of BBL Drizzy, on the show today. We had a conversation with him. And look, let me tell you something. A lot of things were brought up, a lot of things were talked about. But sometimes it's about the friends you make along the way.
That's your new saying.
I actually got that from Tommy Alter.
Well, he would know.
Like
he knows a lot of people.
Yeah, I got that from Tommy Alter. Sometimes it's about the friends you met along the way. And sometimes, you know, the conversation goes in different ways, and sometimes you don't even know what you're talking about. But maybe you make a friend, Rachel. Do you care about the friends that you make along the way?
Of course. I'm an outgoing person. I love to meet people. I love to connect with people.
Now, there's a story that just happened that's not in the rundown. Enes Kanter at the game last night. Did you see it?
I saw.
I tell you what, this is what I like.
There's
no better way to show how much you protect and stick up for women than harassing them on their job. When I think of loving women and sticking up for them and making sure I advocate for them, I think about going to their job and harassing them. That's always been the best way. Think about it, man. Y'all love black women. Y'all want to protect them. So the next time you see a black woman working somewhere, go to her job and yell at her and harass her. That's the way that you show how much that you want to protect women in women's sports.
Nobody has been talking about this man for years. His career ended, 4 years ago? And I don't even think we were talking about it towards the end. So this is the most attention that he has gotten in years, and probably the most attention he's going to get, if not ever. And so he's riding the wave on the backs of women, crazy enough. So I saw the story, but it's like I don't even want to give him any attention because that is what he is so desperately craving right now and trying to sacrifice and belittle and all the negative things towards women along the way while claiming that he is one as he is declaring himself for the draft. It's ridiculous. If there are top 3 losers right now, he is on the list.
Who are the other losers?
Trump.
Trump's the loser. So Trump, you say number 1 loser?
I don't know. Enes is up there. Trump is up there. You get the honors of the third.
I thought you was about to say I'm the last
loser.
loser.
My God, no, I was not going to do that.
I don't know. I don't like you. But look,
no, you are not on my list.
But look, I'll say this, though. Like, I just want you guys to always pay attention with stuff like this. This is actually what he did last night. I know he thinks he's going crazy, but I know he thinks everybody's talking about me is going up. This is actually the best thing that could have happened to this particular debate because you see the type of person that inserts themselves into something like this and makes this their entire personality and the lengths that they're willing to go. The blatant disrespect that was showed for women, I'll now say seriously, by Enes Kanter, is startling. So anybody that counts him as an ally or somebody that's speaking out on behalf of women, I want you to think about that. Would Enes Kanter, for any reason whatsoever, have interrupted an NBA game? Would he have gone to the NBA, a place where he played with guys, shared the locker room with them, shared the culture with them, and went down there and done that to Spider Mitchell? Would he have done that to Dame Lillard? Would he have done that at an NBA game? No, because he has a different reverence and respect for the product in the NBA than he does for the women in the NBA. He doesn't respect those women. He's not trying to protect those women. He's trying to use the back of a marginalized, persecuted group to increase his standing and stature. That's it. It's over. That's it. Okay, no more. You're right. No more Enes Kanter. I'm just saying, like, just look at some of these guys and the stuff that they're doing. Because if you want to have a conversation about this and the conversation to be substantive about societal expectations or what is safe or what is not safe, you would do that with safety, love, and respect for everybody else. But nobody's interested in that. We're past that point. We're in a post-empathy world. We're in a post-empathy society. So fuck it. Everybody go get your shit off. God damn it. I'm very upset. This is, I guess it's something about this next topic. This next topic led to one of the funniest moments in the Higher Learning group chat ever. The topics were laid out. And Rachel said, let's talk about, Rachel said, let's talk about beef. Then Jade goes, what beef? What beef is there to talk about? And Rachel goes, well, there's only one beef topic. Jade thought that Rachel was talking about the fact that two people had beef.
Did you?
Rachel was talking about, that's exactly what happened.
That's not what happened. I didn't see the article.
You were like, beef, who got beef?
When I was scrolling, I just didn't see it. So I was like, oh, like in terms of like what beef topic, not in terms of who's beefing.
You thought that because you're thinking with your rapper brain.
No, I promise you, I wasn't thinking.
Two people was at each other. Was there a new beef? Is there new? Who got beef? Was Jay? What a beef at? I was like, and I had to come. I said, Rachel is talking about the beef farmers reacting to Trump, saying that we should buy Argentine beef, and you were like, oh, okay. You and then you moved on amicably.
Yeah.
But that was very funny. Bernard, did you see it? I did not see it because you're not in a group chat. You haven't made it to that point yet. Oh, Daddy, it's very special. All right, can we get into this? Can we get into the? Can we get to the topic, please?
Yes. So President Donald Trump announced on Friday that his administration has reached a deal to allow imports up to 300,000 metric tons of ground beef for the next 90 days, easing tariffs and claiming that it's a part of an effort to lower the price of ground beef, stating that they are committed that this beef will be sold at 25% below current market price. The move is getting significant pushback from cattle ranchers, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and Republicans in agricultural states who say cheaper foreign beef could hurt American producers just as they're trying to rebuild their herds. Thoughts?
You gonna stop eating beef?
Beef? I don't eat that much beef.
I don't either.
Like I think, like sometimes if I go to All Time, I'll have like the steak for one, but
What's
like All Time is the best restaurant in the city. One of. I like the Court Cafe as well, but like All Time is one of the best restaurants in the city. But I don't eat that much beef.
I don't eat that much beef either, but I will tell you, since this all came out, my algorithm, and I don't know if this has happened to you on Instagram, is doing this horse meat versus
horse meat versus beef.
Beef meat, and how, because obviously there's the other story about the wild horses as well, and about how to spot the difference.
Okay,
are you getting that? Oh, I don't know. I was like, I do not want this to continue in my algorithm. I already don't eat ground beef after reading the book Fast Food Nation. So I don't eat burgers, but I rarely eat red meat. So it's nothing for me to stop eating steak. I stick to the pork because I'm back on it.
So on the pork. So how do you spot? They said how do you spot the difference between horse meat?
It's like color. It's like, is it marbling or not? How lean is it? Those were some of the things.
Right. So I'm looking at Newsweek. It's Wild Horses map shows roundups across U.S. as advocates warn of slaughter. Yo, I gotta tell y'all, man. You Trump guys, you guys have done a bang up job. Like you guys, you Trump guys, at this point, it's not necessarily even about, because it's not even about, how can I put this? It's not even about like a victory lap. Like you're eating horse meat.
Allegedly.
Whatever. It seems as if you're eating horse meat. You could be eating horse meat. And I bet you, if you found out that it was horse meat, you'd love it. If the fucking MAGA people found out that Trump was rounding up horses, slaughtering them, and they were eating horses at McDonald's, Burger King, horse burrito in your Chipotle, I bet they will find a way to love the horse meat. Oh my God, a horse is leaner. It's actually better. It's like, actually, a horse is great because you could have him as your companion, and then after, you could eat of his flesh and experience the emotional connection that you had towards the horse. It's like we should eat our horses. We should have been eating them. Horses are big and blah, blah, blah. Think about how much meat we've wasted with horses. Horse eaters, yeah, they would become the Horse Eaters Association of America if Trump wanted that. That's the point that we're at right now.
You think so? Because the interesting thing about this whole beef not necessarily the horses, but just what's happening with the beef and the tariffs and importing it. And we don't know exactly where it's coming from and who's doing it, which also plays into the laundry list of foods that are being recalled or there's certain issues with. Like, it's crazy. We're almost up to like 200 different things. So this plays into all of that about the fear of and the lack of inspectors and all of that stuff. But the backlash has been bipartisan when it comes to the beef. To your point about the horse. I mean, you've got these associations, you've got Republican senators, Republican people in the House who are saying, well, this is hurting our constituents. They're actually advising Trump not to do this. Even some of his biggest supporters, like Senator Cotton, are saying, hey, this is problematic. You're interfering with the market, which is the hypocrisy of it all. This is not going to be a forever fix to helping the cattle crisis that's happening in this country. And obviously the timing of it, we know. First, they don't even know how much this is going to benefit the consumers as far as lowering the price. There hasn't been real information, hard evidence on that. But then the other part of it is he's obviously doing this as a midterm thing. But you're upsetting your base and doing this, and they're actually being outspoken about it.
So I think a couple of things. Number one, people should pay attention to a couple of things about this. Number one, that the government, any government, could take, if it wanted to, drastic movement to address rising prices. Who knows how effective this would be? Who knows how effective this would be? But any government could take drastic movements, drastic action to affect rising prices, right? Boom. So there's a way, at least a way that people think is, hey, beef is too expensive. Let's do something to lower beef, whatever. So there are things that people can do. Whether or not that would work or not, number one. That's to the side. All of the stuff that you were just talking about, those are guys that see their pockets getting tighter, number one, and their political power getting tighter. So those people might not eat the horse because they can't eat the horse because they trade in beef, and then they are elected by the people who trade in beef. So that's money. The people will, if it comes down to the people's pockets and the entire market of the situation, people are going to protect the money more than they're going to protect any one political person. The people that have a lot of money. The people that don't have a lot of money, all they have is belief. Well, the only thing left for them is religion. And that's the only thing that they've ever had, really, if you're being real, is different forms of religion. Their religion of white supremacy, their actual religion that sometimes undergirds their white supremacy, their political religion, all of these things that they believe in a metaphysical way that in no way show up in a material reality in their lives. Like the same people who gush over the opportunity to become a billionaire that have no fucking shot at it. that have no chance in hell of that ever happening for them. So those people, they will eat the horse. But to your point, all the rest of these people, they can't really eat the horse because it makes them poorer. They become like some of the other people. And these senators, as Trump gets a little bit more politically vulnerable, will find all kinds of reasons to disagree with him because moving forward, they're going to have to be able to say, I was the one sane person in the room while everybody else was going crazy. You're going to hear J.D. Vance pivot to that very, very soon. In about a year here, you're going to hear J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is going to write a book, and the book is going to call One Escape the Cuckoo's Nest, How I Got Out of the Trump White House. Like, you're going to hear people start to say stuff like that.
For sure.
Because they always do that when they're trying to rehabilitate their images.
They did it after the first term.
Exactly, after shit like this crashes and burns. The fact that Trump, turned his back on the cattle ranchers and so, does that with everybody.
No, it's not a Trump thing. It's just more about, I guess, to me, talking about the backlash being bipartisan, also the hypocrisy of the government getting involved and basically setting market prices because they're saying, yes, they're waiving tariffs and that's not necessarily the part of it, but it's it will be at 25%. Yeah. So you're setting the market there, which we know when a Democrat does that, you're a socialist, you're getting involved, blah, 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 yet you're doing the same thing. And then the other part of it is that they're not going to talk about is this is also Trump admitting that the tariffs aren't working.
Yeah.
The tariffs, you're rising the cost for your American citizens, and this is you trying to lower it down. And so the tariffs were a problem. All that talk about how it's going to help consumers has not been realized. In fact, as we all knew, or not all of us, just the ones loud and protesting it, it was always going to hurt them at the end of the day. And to be honest, this little 90-day fix is still going to do the same thing. It's a bigger issue than this. This is a temporary fix to the problem that he started with the tariffs, and already just the problem in general that cattle is just so low.
Did you see what Walmart's doing? Walmart said
Walmart is giving back, lowering their prices because of the tariff cuts.
Very savvy, Walmart. Mm-hmm. Walmart said we rolling back on 11,000.
Rollback. The rollback's back. Remember the rollback?
Rollback
Remember
prices.
those commercials?
Remember rollback prices?
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember the Walmart greeter? You walk in and there'd be some kindly.
Are they gone?
Do they still have them?
They still have them.
Walmart in a while.
They still have them?
Yeah.
So I remember the Walmart greeting in Ruston got in some trouble. This was very funny.
In Ruston?
So when I was going to tech, the Walmart was basically the club. You'd see people, you go to Walmart.
That's in every
people,
small town.
You say, hey, what's going on with you, man? What you over here? You like, nigga, you need a mini fridge? Shit, if you need a mini, these ain't the right mini fridges. But like something had happened to where the Walmart greeter there, at some point, a group of brothers was leaving, and he basically said, all right, you boys have a good time tonight. And he used boys as, hey, you rascals, I guess. That's what he was saying. You little, but they were like, we ain't no fucking boys. And then there was a mini thing. I don't think, it didn't get to the news or nothing like that, but like we were arriving as he was saying, I ain't no fucking boy.
Oh, you arrived on the scene.
Oh, so I was sick, and Paulette and Justin and me got in the car, and we went there to get some stuff from me. Justin inadvertently stole a cowboy hat. He put the cowboy hat in his head, and he was walking around the Walmart like being whatever, and then he walked out with the cowboy hat, and I was like, nigga, you stole the cowboy hat. You know what I mean? But when we were getting there was some brothers there that were telling the Walmart greeter, they were like, we ain't no boys, we men. And the Walmart greeter is the only time I kind of felt sorry for him a little bit. He said, I didn't mean it like that, fellas. I didn't. I halfway expected him to be like, listen, I've grown up with niggers my whole life. Never had no problem with them.
You would have stopped feeling sorry for him then. No, you're so true about Walmart being the club. I never told you that that's some of the law I used to do. I used to represent Walmart. So I would hear all the stories.
So what would happen in the Walmarts?
So like I did a lot of premise liability. So it's insurance defense. So if somebody got hurt in a Walmart, or there was some type of issue in a Walmart period, or they were alleging they got hurt, Walmart would hire my firm to represent Walmart in that case. So we would see the crazy, like I would watch all this video of people saying they had a slip and fall. You put the video in, put the CD in, you watch it. You see the guy go to the ice machine, look around, get the ice, look around, sprinkle the ice, look around, lay on the ground, and then start yelling for help. It was like crazy like that. One time there was because a lot of times, and then you look at these people's backgrounds and they had sued like 7 other different stores. Like people make a career out of this because a lot of times it's easier for them to just pay you like $25,000, $30,000 just to go away because legal expenses are so much. But one time we had this case where I don't know why, but a patron goes in, uses the bathroom, sat on the toilet, got stuck. Somebody had super glued the toilet seat. And they sat down and they couldn't get up.
Right.
Walmart's not going to be guilty of anything like that.
But because you could easily,
that's like a third party. That's not a foreseeable thing.
Like super glue the shit and then come back and get stuck, and then we can run off on the.
But like it has to be a foreseeable thing. Like you cannot foresee that somebody is going to super glue that, so that like it becomes more of a criminal thing than it is civil. But like we would have crazy cases like that.
Yeah.
So that's how I know like it goes down at the Walmart in these smaller.
You go down to Walmart. Yeah, Walmart used to be a thing.
Sitting on a Walmart toilet is crazy.
It's tough.
Though.
You deserve it.
I was about to say.
Like, why would you sit on that? You gonna squat?
Like you deserve it. You deserve it. It's tough. It's a tough situation, man. Walmart though, rolling back their prices. We don't give a fuck. Walmart's treated people like shit for years. There's nothing they can do. All of these places are the fucking same. It's like whatever, man. Fuck them. I'm sorry. By the way, you guys, you're not gonna get another anti-capitalist rant. People have been like, Van, what's going on with you? Like people in my life have been reaching out. like man, like what's going on with you? Nigga hit me up. I'm not gonna mention you. Nigga hit me up and was like, yo, so nigga, you don't like money no more? We can't get money? I'm like, you're not listening.
They listen to the same thing the guys from Earn Your Leisure did.
Oh yeah,
because that's not what you said.
You're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying, but it is what it is. Okay. Trigger warning. The next topic has to do with Karmelo Anthony. I know this case has been tough on everyone and watching what's happening down there in Texas, but there have been some updates and we have to talk about them, Jade.
A Texas judge has denied Karmelo Anthony's request for a new trial, leaving his murder conviction and 35-year prison sentence in place. No, Anthony was convicted in June for fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a Frisco high school track meet in April 2025. Anthony has maintained that he acted in self-defense after an argument between the two teenagers turned physical, but a jury found him guilty of murder after roughly 3 hours of deliberation. His new attorneys argued that an informal gentleman's agreement between prosecutors and his original defense team affected Anthony's decision not to testify. The agreement was intended to keep potentially damaging information about both teenagers out of the trial. Retired Kaufman County District Judge Michael Chitty denied Anthony's motion for a new trial, stating, upon reviewing the motion, the record, the evidence and argument, the briefs, and the relevant case law, the court has determined the motion should be denied.
Are you aware of the terms of this gentleman's agreement?
Not until it became news. They kept it from all of us.
I know, but I'm saying, but you obviously read that. What do you think about that?
I think it's bad.
What's bad?
I think the gentleman agreement was bad. I can understand the thought of, hey, I'm trying to protect my client, of these alleged messages that talk about the very thing that not apples to apples,
but talk about stabbing. The messages from Karmelo Anthony to I believe to be is an ex-girlfriend.
And he talked about allegedly talked about stabbing or something violent or whatever.
Yeah.
And they did not want to expose him to that. But as we talked about when we learned about the verdict, him not testifying, no character witnesses, nobody speaking to humanize him, I think was extremely detrimental. And so this gentleman's agreement that possibly prevented him and waived his right to testify because of this, and the fact that we didn't get to hear Austin Metcalf, he was presented. They humanized him, not all of him, as we're learning about some of this stuff, but nothing about Karmelo. I think this was a totally bad thing to do, which is why it's one of their specific grounds to get a new trial, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. I think the glaring thing to me is you did not know who Karmelo Anthony was. And if they failed him in presenting a jury to him in that way. I believe they failed him in other ways, which were their specific grounds for the new trial, which was not having it public, which you don't have open court public and open trials. However, you can have an open courtroom. And this judge made decisions that could be deemed a violation of the Sixth Amendment by having not even having open hearings on this in court. It was all in chambers. There was a denial of certain relatives of Karmelo Anthony that couldn't be done. It was all done behind closed doors. So that was one of the specific grounds that they put in this motion. And then the other one was the jury instruction. They put in their self-defense, but then they also put in the provocation instruction. And in closing arguments, the prosecutors heavily relied on this whole that he provoked him. There was a provocation with it. And if a jury believes an ounce that Karmelo in any way provoked it, it totally takes away self-defense. So there were just so many mistakes made in my opinion, on the part of the defense, which I feel like we called out without even knowing the legality of it, just from what we were getting from the reporting, because it wasn't open, the reporting from this case. But the gentleman's agreement is crazy. I think it's a broader issue about Austin Metcalf's past. I don't know how much that would have played into the actual case, but the issue is the presentation of Karmelo versus the presentation of Austin, and we got two totally different people.
Yo, just so we name it,
a gentleman's agreement.
The incidents from Austin Metcalf's past are
say it.
Him and his brother spray painting graffiti that says KKK, kill all blacks, Heil Hitler, the dreaded N-word, being sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation, right? Like,
he had a history of fighting,
like
shoving a woman,
bullying. Like, he has a violent history going on. It's like roughing up a female student, knocked her to the ground, punched her in the stomach, kicked out of a football game, texted somebody later, I was about to beat the shit out of those kids. At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin Metcalf that somebody that not in their team was behind our bitch talking wild, Austin Metcalf reportedly replied, kill that motherfucker. I'm sorry. I don't have a legal brain, but fuck. How in God's green earth does that shit not make the trial? I almost didn't believe this when I saw this. Granted, the stuff that you were talking about as it relates to Karmelo Anthony, sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm. Those are things that you're going to have to contend with. I understand it. I get it. But I want people to understand the difference in what we're talking about. This with Austin Metcalf is a clear history of terroristic racist threats, of like legitimately lobbing fear around and using fear as a weapon, like weaponizing fear. So if you're in a moment where someone is an expert in using fear to create discord, maybe you're fucking scared. Maybe after years and years of tweaking the muscle and working out the muscle to instill racial and terroristic fear in people, since he's been doing this for a long time, maybe he was really fucking good at it, and maybe the kid was really fucking scared. I would think that would be the number one thing that you would want included in this. Forget about his character and whether or not he's a fucking racist, but the fact that he's been fucking terrorizing people for a long time, and he might be really, really, really good at it.
Yeah, the legal claim, for what it seems for the grounds, is whether or not Karmelo was coerced out of testifying because of this agreement, which hindered the whole defense, which is problematic. And so I want to be clear in saying that, because I'm not saying everything you're saying is wrong when I talk about the Austin Metcalf of it. I'm saying that should have come in. That's not necessarily the illegal part as much as the legal part of it is that it hindered his case because it probably coerced him out of testifying. And I just cannot, for the life of me, other than pure laziness and not wanting to have to defend what Karmelo's things did, which do not compare in any way, in my opinion, to what Austin Metcalf did. If this had been presented, I could see a jury, it being a hung jury. I could see a jury being conflicted of, if this is this person's history and he is claiming he was in fear of his life. Remember the question people kept saying? He walked into their tent and everybody that was testifying was like, Austin was being so nice. Austin was all these things. All these character witnesses were making Karmelo seem to be a certain way as if he was the instigator. And Karmelo was saying he was fearful. Obviously, the fear is well warranted, you being the only person from that school under that tent, but even more so with a history of this. This speaks directly to the fear that he was feeling by Austin Metcalf, a person who has a history of this and a clear disregard for black people, it seems. And so I just don't understand when you're weighing the options and you know the case that's in front of you. Then the question also comes up with, okay, we know this, but did the prosecution have even more stuff that we made? That's a federal claim. Maybe stuff, a Brady claim, that they didn't provide because of this gentleman's agreement. They might have just said, okay, we agree not to bring up Austin's past, and you're not going to agree to bring this thing up about Karmelo. What if there was more stuff to Austin Metcalf that we don't even know because you already made this agreement that never was presented to a jury, that never came up in trial? This is outrageous to me. And I know that they were denied the new trial, but they're obviously going to appeal it. And I hope on appeal that this appellate court can see how wrong this was, and this goes back to a new trial. I mean, the judge has already been recused. So I just don't understand when you add up all these factors, plus the judge being recused, because it clearly seemed that he was impartial. Another judge found him that to be evident. I do not understand how he does not get a new trial. I just don't.
So in the Karmelo Anthony part of this, there is, just so that we're transparent with our audience, there are text messages here. And these text messages...
From Karmelo.
From Karmelo Anthony, right? They're text messages that say that he sent a message that day that said, I'm low-key on the verge, and then emphasize that message. A girlfriend says that Karmelo Anthony engaged in stalking behavior, to include, but not limited to, driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end their relationship. There are texts about fighting and threats. There's a text message where he admits, at least on 2 occasions, to punching girls in the face. They found text messages from 2021 between Karmelo Anthony and another student about robbing somebody for $300. There's another text message where Karmelo Anthony talks about a fight and punching somebody so hard that he had to stop fighting. He said that he was talking to his friends. He was going to vandalize somebody's house in Austin, Texas, saying, "I just feel like it. I got a grudge."
In Austin.
In Austin, Texas. Like he was going to vandalize somebody's house in Austin, Texas. And this is the deal that I'm looking at. And you guys, full disclosure. Obviously, for me, I'm going to put my bias out on the front of this. It is very difficult for me not to have bias in this situation. And you guys should know that when I'm talking. But I do feel like a lot of what is in this character dossier surrounding Karmelo Anthony are things that he's threatening to do, or things that he's put into communications with people about things that he may or may not have done. The Austin Metcalf stuff that we've seen is stuff that Austin Metcalf has done and been reprimanded for. Not threatening necessarily to write KKK and nigger and all of that stuff like that, actually going through it and doing it. Like, look, I don't want to go too far because, like, threats and other things that have happened, and when you say something like that, just hope everybody understands like how people take that and what that does, and like what you say and how you represent yourself and what that actually means. And threats are actually threats, and I don't mean to minimize this. But a history of acting in a racially terroristic way, to me, holds a lot more weight than the bad ideas and thoughts of somebody that are expressed inside of a text message. And that is not for me to gloss over anything. I'm trying to be as even-keeled about this as I possibly can. The question to you that I asked, though, is knowing the preconceived notion that a jury comes into this with. Mm-hmm. Do you think that a jury would have looked at it that way?
Well, and here's what I'll say. We know that his attorney was white, and we talked about that before, about choosing the right representation. I think his white attorney looked at this stuff, and this is Collin County, majority white. This is north of Dallas. I think that this is where Ken Paxton's from. It's that I don't know if it's the same courthouse, but this is where Ken Paxton was from when we were talking about all that. I think that he thought they can't look past it, and maybe that was his perspective as somebody who was white. But here's the thing. you have to ask yourself the question. Because remember, this is a agreement from both sides. Why would the prosecution not want this to come out about Austin Metcalf? Because they know how bad it looks. More than they were willing to not use Karmelo Anthony's text messages. And because I believe they knew it looked worse with Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf cannot testify. So the goal is to present him as somebody who would never be a threat, never would be, he's a victim. He lost his life in this situation. You don't want anything negative to, because again, he can't speak on his behalf. So they were willing to let this go because they knew how bad it looked. And I wish the defense attorney could have seen, well, there's got to be a reason that they're willing to not want to use these text messages. Karmelo, one of them's the day of. I don't know when the other ones were dated. I'd be interested to know that. Was it back when he didn't even live in Texas? I don't know.
It was, some of the stuff is from his years in Louisiana.
Exactly. Yeah. So farther back.
Right.
And so if I'm the attorney, I want to think of, why are they so eager to make this agreement? Because it looks, it completely contradicts the way that they represented Austin Metcalf to be.
Right, as a protector, and what he really was, what his history would suggest that he was a racist bully. It wasn't that he was, the defense, the prosecution in this portrayed him as a protector who was defending the sanctity of the teenage tent. When really what he was on, what it seems like, is nigger, get the fuck out of my space.
Yeah.
And when we would say that, when we would say that, we would get gaslit. We would say, you know what, that don't feel like that feels like an overreaction. Like that feels like an overreaction in this entire situation. Mm-hmm. Like walking up to somebody and put that feels like an overreaction. Now there's reason to believe that there's something in his mind that he's nurtured over a long time that made him feel like he had to go up there on some racist shit and get him the fuck out of that tent. And that Karmelo felt that, responded to that, and tragically reacted. So to me, the reaction was a tragedy. He didn't react tragically. The reaction was a tragedy. It's a tragedy that some kid was killed, no doubt about it. But fuck, man, this situation is like, when I read this, I almost could not believe this. We got to get a lawyer on here. We got to get, not a lawyer, not, hey.
Well, I know one of the people on this.
Hold on, I didn't mean that. Not a lawyer.
Oh, I didn't even take offense to that.
You're a lawyer. I mean, like a criminal.
I know one of the people on the team. So hopefully, obviously, we can't do the get right now, but hopefully we will eventually.
What about Whaley or?
Oh yeah, we can get Yodi on easily.
Get her back there. Lee Merritt. Also, shout out to black lawyers, man. Shout out to all of the Esquires out there. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to black lawyers. Shout out to lawyers, man. Shout out to people that know the law. You feel like you know the law? So if I got in trouble with the law, hey.
That's such a, it's so funny because people don't do this with doctors, but I feel like they do this with lawyers.
What you mean?
You totally understand that a doctor has a specialty in a certain field.
Yeah.
Right? A certain area. And you get that. Like, you wouldn't ask your eye doctor a question about your heart. Or
that's different, though.
Different things. Or you wouldn't ask a heart doctor about your brain, necessarily. You wouldn't ask your pediatrician about certain, like, you understand that everybody has certain specialties, but when it comes to law, people think that just because you're a lawyer, you know every area of the law, and it's so not true.
I understand what you're saying. I could not answer. I do feel like, though, that there are doctors who are specialists, right? And you're not going to ask, like, a neurologist about something that's cardiovascular. They will refer you to a neurologist. But there are basic medical questions that you could ask those people that a lot of times eye doctor different. But there are basic medical questions a lot of times that you can ask those people, and they know the basic medical questions.
You can ask a lawyer. But like, when people ask, like, most people want to come to you with like a family law question. And I'm like, that is a specialty. That, and every state differs.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's the real thing. Is that, like, it's almost like,
that's a difference too.
With human beings, we got one set of lungs and shit like that. So you learn the lung rules, you learn the heart rules, and it's normally pretty good. But it's not like a different human that exists in Louisiana. Shit, it is, kind of. In Louisiana, nigga, we some savages, boy. We some beasts. Why did I describe us like that? That's not what I meant. We're some gentlemen.
Second time you've done that today.
It's very upsetting. But in that situation, people have different, law is different.
Law is different. You've got state versus federal. You've got civil versus criminal.
Yeah, you got different.
But everyone's like, you're a lawyer. Can I ask you a question? I'll be like, no.
The questions sometimes they basically
don't.
Do you like sovereign citizens?
Oh.
I love them.
So my career started in municipal court.
Okay.
That's where you get the sovereign citizens. Do y'all
love
know
them.
what a sovereign citizen is?
Y'all know what a sovereign citizen is?
Okay, so in municipal court, it is you breaking like traffic laws, maybe a simple assault, like somebody spit on you or something like that, ordinances, dog attacks, stuff like that. So this is how I got my start. So you go to trial if somebody wants to contest, a jury trial if they want, to contest them running a red light, speeding. Mm-hmm. It's always the sovereign citizens. And they'll come up and they'll be like, these rules do not apply to me. I am a sovereign citizen. The laws don't fit me. And it is the most complicated. Are you a sovereign citizen?
I love them.
They're
because
like,
I watch sovereign citizens.
your rules mean nothing.
Like, no, the sovereign citizen, but to me, they always, and bro, I am so, like,
let me find the exact
when
definition.
I watch them, they always have, like, what seems to me a valid reason why they don't have to follow the law. They always have, they'll go back so far or into the bowels of not just the Constitution, but beyond the Constitution, beyond a set of fixed laws that should be able to govern man, to the nature of freedom of the individual, the thing that breathes, like as connected to divinity. I like to watch police auditors. Police auditors are so funny to me. You get pulled over by the police. Why are you stopping me? Huh? Why are you stopping me?
So frustrating.
Why are you stopping me? Why are you stopping me? Nope, can't do that. Tariffs versus Ohio, you have to have reasonable, articulate suspicion of a crime to stop me. You can't just stop me. But the sovereign citizens are they're actually more funny because their shit is almost always in court. When you get the sovereign citizen, they're not talking to police. They're almost always in court.
Like you're a corporation. I'm a living, like stuff like that. Those get into like, I don't know, like international law, maritime. Like they'll just start spouting stuff off, and you just sit there and you're like. And the judge will be like, overruled, keep going.
Right.
Like it is wild.
But you don't like
Look
people,
it up. No,
you don't like people that fight against.
But it has to be logical and make sense. I am sure it is quite entertaining if you don't have to be a part of it. But like you get there, you're ready to go, you pick, and then you're like, oh my God, it's one of those. Sovereign citizens. That's funny that you know about them.
I do.
Next time you get a ticket, you should just go for it.
Just go for it,
because all you're going to do is have to pay the ticket at the end of the day. You should just go for it.
U.S. Code 1983. Do you have the power of attorney over me? I am a traveler, not a driver. Like, it's so funny. Like, you look at the sovereign citizens, they're going crazy.
I forgot about this. I forgot about this part of my life.
Oh, there's a Reddit about sovereign citizens to complain about them.
Complain is
these people are complaining about sovereign citizens. Can we please get
No,
Rachel, please?
No.
Okay.
We can't get one on the show.
Yeah,
just go watch a video.
The judges.
I'm so mad you know about this.
I love watching this stuff. It started off with me watching the auditors. Sometimes the police auditors put the police in a situation. Like one guy was just like standing by watching the police pull people over. The police go, "What are you doing here?" And the guy goes, "Get the fuck out of my face." And get out. Like and he's like, "No, you see some ID?" He's like, "No, you get nothing. Get back. By the way, you're speeding. Get back in your car and get the fuck out of my face." And it's always like a disinfected middle-aged white male.
Oh yeah, no, they're always white and they're always men.
Yeah.
I go, has a sovereign citizen ever won a case? It goes, no. No.
But don't you like it? Don't you like people that just go, the system can't hold me, I'm a sovereign citizen? Anyway, whatever. All right, let's move on. No more. Speaking of people, you want to do Target or Spider-Man?
They're both quick.
Let's do them. Target is back in the headlines again for a nigga costume that they had in the store.
I laughed when I saw it. I'm sorry.
For a nigga costume that they had in the store. They had a nigga costume at Target.
Not just the costume. You talking the motions and everything.
I don't understand.
I don't know if I've ever seen one this bad.
Go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Go ahead and talk about it, Jade.
Target has pulled a children's Halloween costume from its website after it went viral and sparked accusations that the design resembled racist blackface and 19th century minstrel imagery. The $25 costume was sold as a glows under black light circus clown Halloween costume bodysuit from Target's Hide and Eek boutique line. Images showed a child wearing the black and orange bodysuit with dark mesh covering the face. And customers flooded the product page and social media with criticism, comparing it to the look of racist caricatures and questioning how the costume made it through Target's approval process. Target has since removed the costume from its online store, but as of the latest reporting, the company had not publicly explained how the design was approved or issued at all.
Target is playing in our faces.
You think so?
Van.
What?
First off, I don't even know if that person the child in there is black. Two, it'd be one thing, and it'd still be bad if this was the costume. Look at the gesture.
Yeah.
The gesture,
Man-tan,
you
New
can
Millennium
literally
Minstrel
go
Show.
back and find that exact gesture. They are playing in our faces. Where's Jamal Bryant? Somebody get Jamal Bryant on the line.
See?
What?
See what's happening?
What's happening?
You're using this.
Last time I saw him, he was standing in front of a Target sign,
See what I'm
telling
saying?
us everything was good and it was all over.
we-
Bam. Look at this.
Can we have a situation where we don't bring our personal hatred for people into the city?
Hatred is strong. Can
You don't
y'all?
like 'em.
Is this a
Is this-
screenshot
can
or
I ask
can
you a
you
question?
click on this? Because I want to know what the review says. Because it has 2 out of 5
Is
stars.
your disdain for Jamal Bryant, does that have anything to do with like Giselle Bryant?
You've asked me that already.
And it's no? Okay.
No.
Shout out to
But
Giselle Bryant,
I
by the
actually
way.
don't think that is
Shout out to
anything
her
other than
and then
me
to the ground
doing a
down.
callback to something that we already talked about
Okay, that's
before.
fair
It's
enough.
not a hatred. It's a callback.
You don't like
now,
him.
last time we visited Jamal Bryant, it was in relation to Target, and he was pro-Target. So I think I am well within my right to say, has Jamal Bryant come out and said anything?
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Oh. Well, they removed it.
I mean, they removed it because
It's a big deal because it's Target, too.
Yeah, we could, like, at this point, we got to start trying to do
That's
other
why
shit
I'm
to
like, they're
Target.
playing in our faces.
We got, like, we got to start trying to, we got to think bigger when it comes to Target now, because here's the deal. Here's the deal with Target. So Target's in a weird situation. Target can't really do what the community is asking Target to do, because then they run afoul of the Trump administration. They can't do it, right? So they got to figure out what they can do. So
That's not on the list.
That's not on the list. So basically, us going, hey, get this little nigga out of here, this costume out of here. Target gonna go, hey, we heard the community, all your. So I will say this: we should just see what we can make Target do.
I don't think that they were stopping that.
No, I know. No, what I'm saying is, no, I get that, but I have my own things that for Target. Like I would like.
Oh, okay.
I would like Target to send me and my family to the Bayou Classic.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, my needs are small, right? I would like. No, you know what? Let's think bigger. You're right. I would like Target to donate $1 million to Gary Chambers. I think Gary Chambers will do good with the money. Let's just do stuff like that.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they are supposed to be doing $2 billion into the community.
Well, who got it? Who got the $2 billion?
That's part of the boycott.
You know what we should do? We should have a reality show called Who Gets It? And the reality show should be the black community talking about who gets the $2 billion from Target. but it should be.
That's too many voices.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, but we get to watch the show.
Okay.
Like, we do a reality show. Like, we get to watch the show.
Kind of like what you did with Revolt with the farmers, right?
The Black Farmers Bar, but we get to watch the show. And we could host the show. We could host it. And we could be like, because I say the 2 billion, us, we coming out there like that, because that's some real cool nigga shit to host that show. I'm not going to lie. But somebody going to host that bitch. So we come out there, we host the show. And then we decide who gets the $2 billion. Me and my anti-capitalist phase. You know?
I like it. I'm down for it.
Yeah.
This is crazy, though.
Hey.
It is a big deal because it's Target. I'm sorry.
It's a big deal because it's Target.
And it's like, so y'all really aren't trying to even be better. Like,
What do you mean?
This was easy.
This is something
was
that could have
easy.
easily slipped through the cracks.
Can
bro.
you genuinely? Can you explain to me how?
It's just, if you look at this, like I would look at this, and right away I see this and I go, that's too much. But if it, like right away, I'm not even gonna bullshit you. I see that, but this is something that like when it happens, you just address it and then you hope the company.
Well, they didn't
does.
address it. They moved. It went away.
They went away, yeah.
But like they took it down, and like shout out to people who keep their foot on their necks and are like not letting the conversation just go away. No, we're gonna call you out for doing this. I am sorry, Van. In 2026,
Rachel, like,
it's not like if this was okay. If this was, can I just say, if this was like I believe in Amazon, you can just like have an Amazon like upload stuff, right? Kind of like a Wikipedia page. People just are able to put their own thing without review. This has to go through channels to get to get to this spot.
To me,
You've been desensitized.
No, it's not that I've been desensitized. I do feel like we are getting to a point sometimes to where, because it feels like everything is on purpose, we believe that everything is on purpose. It's very difficult for me to believe that Target as a corporation went, let's fuck with these niggas today. I don't think the
top of Target did, but I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm with it. I get it. I understand it. You can't rule it out. But to me, I look at stuff like this as there's probably a cultural glitch in whatever exists over there.
What clown has ever looked like that?
This nigga.
Exactly.
He looked like that.
What clown has ever looked like that? Posed like that, had a face like that.
It's the mouth.
Yeah, like,
and
come
hat.
on. Black all around. Even the shading of the thing.
Dressed up like Halloween, though. Like, I get it. I'm not, you guys,
Black
I'm not saying that it's not fucked up.
Circus clown.
But I'm just saying that for me, I don't believe that it was a conspiracy to have this picture up here. I just think that it probably was something that was insensitive, and then on the backside of it, once it's called out, you see how they deal with it. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. That nigga gonna go crazy at Hobby Lobby though. Hobby Lobby don't give a fuck. That same thing gonna be sold at Hobby Lobby.
Hide and Eek. I'm looking at their boutique right now. They sell 800 things at Target. None of them look like that.
Tough. All right, let's talk about Spider-Man real quick, and then I gotta talk about how I'm fighting crime after this. Jade, I put a picture in the group text. Spider-Man: Brand New Day is breaking all kinds of records at the box office, but Spider-Man himself is real, and I got proof. Play this video right here of Spider-Man getting busy. Look at this. That's Jake Lane, an avowed white supremacist, far-right actors. That's Jake Lane, an avowed white supremacist, far-right activist, white nationalist. And then Spider-Man about to get busy. Jake Lane was trying to incite people. Look, Jake Lane loves, but he got the N-word on the sign. He's doing the whole thing. But look at Spidey. My Spidey sense is tingling, and we don't like hoes, is what the Spidey sense is telling me. So he sees somebody, look, get him. You know what? Set a standard. I have no problem with this. And once again, it's going down in Minneapolis again where they don't deal with the bullshit. Going crazy. The unrest still there. Jake Lane is inciting these people.
He was arrested.
He's arrested. So we should say, so Spider-Man, his name, I'm not going to even say Spider-Man's name. I don't even know if Spider-Man wants his name to be said. He's been unmasked, and now you're not supposed to do that. So that's okay? So you're not supposed to do that, Spider-Man. That's a fundamental part of who he is. But yeah, so Jake Lang is out here trying to cause a riot during a protest and getting a response from people.
It was his thing. It was his rally.
Jake Lang's rally.
Yeah, like the way
people were
correct me if
Jake
I'm wrong.
Lang.
Yeah, they came to protest his First Amendment rally. Jake Lang, we know he's a January 6er, all of that. Came on the truck. I think there were like 6 of them with a sign that said, "I love blacks, not niggers."
He says, "I love blacks, not niggers" is the name of the is the name. And then so Spider-Man jumped on there and got busy. Here's the deal. You can cut this off. So here's the deal. I like seeing Spider-Man in his element. You know, the question is this. Overall, do you believe in violent dissent?
We've talked about before on this podcast of whether or not the use of the N-word incites violence.
If it constitutes violence in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I believe it does. Mm-hmm. It's a violent word to me. So if I see you going through the city on a megaphone with a sign that says, "I love blacks, not niggers," mm-hmm. It's whatever.
It's whatever after that.
For me.
Right.
I'm not mad about anything I just saw. Except that Spider-Man got arrested.
So I agree. Well, let me tell you like this. If in fact people actually believe that, I think it's incumbent upon us to provide legal resources and other resources for people who smack the shit out of people, punch people, get into situations with people after the N-word has been used. Because it's a very easy thing to say, hey, you say the N-word to someone, that's violence, and it will be responded with violence. It's easy to say that when it is not you that is going to go to jail, that now needs a lawyer, that now needs to be bailed out, because the other side is trying to put you in traction with the legal system, because unfortunately, using the N-word is not illegal. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to put you in a situation where you get arrested, where you get taken away, or where they can put you in a stand your ground position, where they can shoot the shit out of you by using a word that has been used to incite us for hundreds of years, to further put us in situations where we give up our freedom and sometimes give up our life.
Sure.
So I have no issue with people. I'm certainly not going to let anybody call me the N-word without any repercussions. Right. But I'm saying once that happens, I can bail myself out of jail. Like, I can get myself out. We also should move to provide resources for people after they have said they've been a victim of this racism and responded violently to it.
I agree. And it's interesting you asked me this question, because when I saw it, I thought, my initial thought was, man, what if Jake Lang was just riding around the city by himself and nobody gave him attention? It's just him and his loser followers, all 6 of them.
It's an unequivocal win if that happens.
And nobody did a thing, no attention. He just posted. And I thought, wouldn't that have been great to just see, because he wants attention, obviously. Right. That was my first thought. Man, I wish we would almost just not even pay attention to him, especially somebody like him who's always going to do this. But am I mad when I see that? No, because you're riding around to get a reaction out of people. And to everything that you said is very true. And so, I can see people being upset at me saying, I'm not mad at that. But I do wish, and that was my first thought, that, man, if nobody gave him any attention, that'd be the worst thing for him.
You know what the real thing with me is when it comes to this? Is the men, particularly, and the women, who I've always looked up to, you can't do this to them. The men that when I watch them in interviews and when I read about their lives and when I see them confronted with stuff like that, there's this mastery that they exhibit over themselves that I've never had. You can easily animate me. You can easily get me going. I had to delete Twitter because it was making me too reactive. Like there were certain group chats that I was on that were putting me into my reactive mind, and therapy was like, get away from those things. The people that like aren't arguing anything in good faith and just saying shit. So, I've always wanted to be someone that was so in tune with myself and my community and everything else that your degradation didn't incite me, didn't move me to get outside of my body. That sounds very much like, why let a word like that control you? Why be controlled by a word? I think that explanation is too quaint. I think it divorces itself from a lot of historical reality. And not just that, but the fact that I know other people who feel like because they cannot be lynched for standing up for themselves, for like violently asserting that they are not niggers, that they have to do it, that it should be done, that there was groups and groups of people who had to endure this type of abuse. And because of that, it's an imperative on us to violently resist that type of disrespect. And I understand that too. But at some point in my life, you're just not going to be able to get a rise out of Van. It's not today and it's not tomorrow. But at some point in my life, you're just going to not be able to move me off what I know is real and life affirming. And when I look at people, say whatever you want about Minister Farrakhan. Say whatever you want about him as far as what you think or what you don't. I'm just being for real. But when I watch him, like when I will watch Malcolm, when I will watch, there's a grace in which they move and an almost certainty in which they move that is just devastatingly effective.
Yeah, I mean, but you also think about it too, the times with them, if they moved or reacted like we saw in this video, people would have never heard all the greatness that they had to say. They would have been more focused on the action, the fighting, what fit their stereotype more than they would have been able to hear the words. Or they may not have survived it, would have been in jail. Like we wouldn't have seen some of the speeches, the writings, all of that kind of stuff, you know? So yeah, I think some of it is a sign of the times. I think some of it, to your point, is we have more freedom. Not saying we still deal with like police brutality and all of that. I'm just saying that we can move in certain ways that they necessarily couldn't, which I think that generationally, why there is a strength and a like a quiet strength that maybe we don't as much.
Well, I think I still see it in brothers all the time. And these a lot
like
of the brothers
our age.
Yeah, a lot of brothers I surround myself with.
Maybe we're just hotheads.
Like I see it in brothers all the time. I never really had it. It was just always easy. Like I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? No. They say shit. It was I never had it. But who is that? Oh, that's Spider-Man?
You don't know who that is?
No, I can't see what that is.
I didn't either. That's why I clicked it.
What is that? Oh shit. That's the man right there. He got it. That's the man right there. That's the man. I didn't know he let his hair get that long.
I didn't either. I was just looking and I was like, who is that?
But
Zoom in.
That's the man right there. That's the man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the man. But yeah, so like that mastery of self is like legitimately, people talk about like they want to gain, they want to like, people ask me all the time, it's like, man, you talking about you don't want to make a lot of money. You don't need like a shit ton of money. Like you don't need all of this type of other stuff that you say other people need. Like, what do you need? That is the one mastery of myself, controlling myself, my like even my urges, my impulses. That is the one thing that is meaningful to me. And I would love to just have someone trying to incite me and just be like,
I'll work on it.
Yeah. I would love to be able to, because I just think that over time that's more effective. It's more effective to deal with it that way.
Yes, because people
but at this point, but it's not going to happen today or tomorrow.
Won't hear you the same way.
All right, time to talk about the goddamn Democrats again.
Go ahead. Democrats.
Yeah, so House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries privately met with Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law and influential outside advisor in New York City in recent weeks. The two discussed potential areas where Democrats and the Trump administration could work together. That included on housing, immigration, and the high cost of living, with Kushner also suggesting that Jeffries meet with White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. The timing is significant as the meeting comes less than 3 months before the midterms, with Democrats hoping to take control of the House. If they do, Jeffries would be in position to become Speaker of the House.
Issue or not?
It's really not.
Oh, daddy.
It can be.
Okay.
I just think that we don't know much. We know it's interesting with Jared, because Jared always seems the one to go in, and I know that they've worked together before, and they have like a prior relationship and all of that.
Who, Kushner and Jeffries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jared is not in the administration, even though he's highly involved, more so in foreign related things than domestic. But we don't know much. I'm curious as to who was the one to leak it. I would assume from Jared's team.
Yeah.
But to me, at first I was like, oh, come on. And then I'm like, you know what? It's not a lot yet. It's something to note. I can't get outraged over this. I think for Hakeem Jeffries, it is very telling that people were, because it really just keeps going to the narrative that people do not trust you. Mm-hmm. People do not trust you to have a conversation that pushes the movement forward that Democrats and progressives are trying to do. We know that he's big on affordable housing and the high cost of living, and I believe Hakeem Jeffries when that is something that's at the forefront of him. But there are so many other issues that are on the table as well, and people don't trust him in these situations. And I think that was the bigger story to me, not a revelation, but that's why I think it got so much attention, because of who had the meeting, and there is a lack of trust there.
Yeah. I mean, that is almost like the only take. Mm-hmm. The only take is there's been such an erosion in people's opinion of Hakeem Jeffries, and that people cannot believe he would have this meeting. A lot of people cannot believe that he would have this meeting and in some way wouldn't be selling out to Kushner.
Because you would think that somebody who is potentially going to be the Speaker of the House, that's part of their job.
Yeah. To talk with people that are in the Trump inner circle, yeah.
Mm-hmm, and then to get people to come together on the other sides, be the middle person. This is what they do. But they don't like Hakeem Jeffries being the one to lead the charge.
Yeah, I think people just worry that Kushner will sweet talk Jeffries. I mean, there are areas of, just have to say it, areas of deep agreement between the two men. Both of the two men are in agreement over America's relationship with Israel. Mm-hmm. And both of the two men are probably in agreement with the Middle Eastern policy as it relates to that, right? And a lot of people are wondering where Hakeem Jeffries' beliefs come from. Now, look, I don't think on its face that there's anything wrong with, and I'd be lying, a political operative meeting with a political operative. Like, it has to happen. Like, on the same side, on other sides and stuff like that. I just think when you do stuff like this, you have to, in a real way, even before the meeting happens, you have to articulate that it's happening and then tell people what the fuck it is that you guys are talking about and why this is going on. Because if not, at a time where people feel more attacked and without agency than ever, they are going to believe that there is some kind of nefarious handshake deal that is being made here. People are on that back foot right now in their most reactive minds, and they do not trust their politicians in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. It's not just with Hakeem Jeffries, right? Mamdani did this. He went down and talked to Trump. A lot of people had questions about that, but there's a lot of equity that he has with the people that support him. And like a lot of people didn't have as much of an issue with it. Mm-hmm. So for me, this doesn't even look bad, but to your point, it's more of an indicator that faith in the center of the Democratic Party and with the leaders who are supposed to represent that is eroding. And the Democrats probably will take the House back in the midterms. And they have to continue to do the job of demonstrating to Americans or articulating to Americans what that means. What that means when they take the gavels back, what that means when they're able to kind of get, because, you know, they won't have real power, but they'll have power to kind of stem the tide against some of the Trump stuff that's happening, which things are super important. What America looks like right now for another 2 years with the Democrats in control of at least that body and Hakeem Jeffries as speaker. I think if people could glom onto that and put faith into that, then maybe they would stop worrying about who he's having meetings with. But the meeting being secret looks bad. Or like it feeling secret, should I say.
And that's why I'm like, I've felt it obviously came from Kushner's side, but I think your point is so well taken in the sense that had he come out before and just told people, maybe they would have felt different, maybe they wouldn't, but at least it wouldn't have been a secret meeting. Yeah. And the thing, too, with Hakeem Jeffries is we know, like I said, the affordability thing, but he's not really being as forthright about other things that he plans to do. Because one thing Trump keeps saying at rallies is, hey, guys, pretend I'm on the ballot, because if you don't and you don't vote for me and the Dems take over, they're going to impeach me, because we know that they have oversight to investigate the Trump administration. That's a power within the House. And so if the Democrats take over, there are obviously progressives and other Democrats want that to be a part of the initiative with
to impeach Trump?
Well, to investigate the Trump administration. I don't know if they'll go as far as impeaching him again, but we know it's happened twice before. So it's like, are they going to use those powers that they have to go after the administration and some of the things that they've been doing? That is something that is on the table as well. And and Hakeem Jeffries hasn't said anything about that yet. So it's kind of like, what else? Is it just that one thing? Or are you going to, same things we were asking Ro here. What are you going to push forward?
Let me ask you a question.
You're kind of being aloof about it.
Let me ask you a question. To you, what's more important, accountability or affordability?
Right now, affordability.
Okay, so like if Jeffries goes and meets with Kushner and goes, you know what, we'll back off you guys. If we'll back off, I wonder this for people. If Jeffries goes to Kushner, I'm not saying that this happened. I'm just asking you guys to think about this. If Jeffries goes to Kushner and says, hey, we're going to back off you guys. We're not going to go with the impeachment push or the investigations or anything like that. At least right now, Americans are suffering too much. But if for not doing that, we are going to expect that the White House works with us on delivering whatever wins we can for the American people and getting them out of some of the situations that they're in. Now, if you do that, then and it works, then you could be delivering wins for the Trump administration too. There is a world where your continued immiseration is the political win for the Democrats that they actually need, because they need an example of just how bad MAGA Trumpism has become and just how ungovernable Americans are under it. The question would be, recession, thousands and thousands of people die, all of that stuff. Like, what do people actually want?
Well, people are going to want affordability.
Well, I think that they might, but there are also people that want, and I can't blame these people.
Yeah.
There are people that want heads on pikes, and the reason why they want them is the reason why you put a head on a pike. You put a head on a pike to say, look what happens when you come fucking around. Like when they kill William Wallace, I always remember this about Braveheart. Mel Gibson, whatever. I always remember this about Braveheart. When they killed William Wallace, they took William Wallace's limbs and put them on different parts. Like, you fuck around like this, we'll put your head here, we'll put your torso here, we'll skin you alive, right? And there are some people that want heads on pikes from the MAGA movement so that America has an example of what doesn't work here.
Yeah.
Because of the people that we have lost, the lives, the economics, everything, all of the carnage that people have gone through, they want they want a pint of blood.
Yeah, and Roe kind of talked about it with, well, not kind of, he did. He said, why can't there be both? And I really think that if Hakeem Jeffries becomes the Speaker of the House, more than the balance of working on both sides, the balance is going to have to be fighting for affordability and these things that the American citizens need, while also the balance of holding them, the Trump administration accountable. I don't think, personally, he should go in there and be like, this is what we need and we're willing to back off you if you do this. Yeah. I just don't think that is a concession that should be made in light of where we are right now. Some of this stuff is irreparable, it feels like. And it would take much longer to put heads on a stake than it will to try to fix some of the immediate needs of the people here.
Right. All right, we had a conversation about AI. It was surrounding Tyga.
Yeah.
Tyga put the AI album out. Starface. His name is Starface.
Put some respect on it.
Is that his name now?
That's his name now.
Okay, so it was around Starface and the album that came out, and we were asking ourselves a lot of questions about AI creators that we could not answer. And I said on that podcast that we should have King Willonius on the podcast, the creator of BBL Drizzy, one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in AI. Man. A somewhat infamous designation.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Do I feel infamous?
Yeah. Do you feel like that's an infamous designation?
I mean, it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? Like, Time is dope. There's a lot of dope people in Time.
Time Magazine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about AI. Let's talk about AI creation.
Right.
You heard the conversation that Rachel and I had.
Yep.
Okay. What were your thoughts?
Okay. So I listened to Starface.
Oh, good. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to a majority of it, and then I read the lyrics first because I wanted to like just get some context of like what he was talking about. And man, you know, I think he did a really good job of making music. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was maybe his intent. So I don't really know how to feel about it though, because it's just. It was there was a video that came out about the whole Felix flexing thing, and they were talking about like how they put the lyrics in. So I don't know if he actually like prompted or like it was all.
What are you trying to say? I'm not following what you're trying to say.
Okay, so the lyrics that he put, there was some line where it was just like counting racks on the table or something like that, and it seemed like it was like.
So you think he had AI generate the actual lyrics?
I don't want to. It feels like that.
Why?
Because of like what the context of the video that the dude put, where he was like, "Oh, I just prompted this, and then all these things happen." But I think that more than anything, I think that making AI music, right, and not even just AI music, just AI in general, I think it can really empower artists. You know what I'm saying? So
so let's do something real quick.
Right.
Let's talk about number one, how you make an AI song. What is the process for you to make an AI song?
So I write all my songs, and then I'll hum the melodies, or I'll play some instruments and whatnot. And I mean, I can maybe even show y'all if that.
Certainly.
Y'all want to just see it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just make a song real quick.
Are you about to make a song right now?
Yeah.
He's about to make an AI song.
So wait, when you said you use instruments, are you using actual instruments?
Yeah. So
the
last 2 weeks I've been working on my album Unhinged with Omos Keith. You guys know Omos? He's the Grammy-winning producer for Channel Orange and Blonde. And so then we had my boy Rowan Hilton. He made Super Bass. So we were like making an album. We used AI to like iterate the process. So I would write the songs, and then we would kind of come up with some ideas. We had a bunch of musicians in the studio at Amazon, and they would just start playing instruments, and then we would kind of like filter it through AI, and then it would come back with a certain thing, and then we recut everything because we're submitting it to the Grammys for Best Comedy Album.
So let me ask you this. On the songs and the stuff that you made, what did the AI do that a human would have done?
So it comes up, it'll sing the songs. It'll actually make like the melodies and all that, but like we'll prompt everything. We'll create everything, and then we like prompt it, and we run it through there. It might be easier just to show y'all.
Show me.
Because I think where I get confused is if you're creating the whole thing, why use a prompt? That's where I would want to see it because I get confused.
I would say more so just for speed. You know what I'm saying? So like to be able to kind of like, for instance, BBL Drizzy, right? If I would have made BBL Drizzy with the traditional means, I would have never been able to make that song. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, I would have had to find a 70s soul singer. I would have had to book studio time. I would have had to book a photo shoot to take the picture of the dude. It would have just I would have totally missed that moment. The song would have came out today. You know what I'm saying?
But on the flip side of that, I think what people are talking about, and that's why we're having a conversation, is so that photographer didn't get that work.
Right.
That those session musicians didn't get that work.
Right.
That soul singer didn't get that work. So for you, the creator and the person that and that's kind of the tension that is that wants to put it out, it definitely benefits you.
Right.
But the ecosystem of music creation might feel a little cheated from that being able to be used in that way.
Right. Well, and I think that's the interesting part with AI, because it's a the two-sided coin, or the yin to the yang, right? Like, it allows creators, specifically Black creators, to be able to iterate fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already don't get the resources, or even just people believing in us to actually like do a project. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I would have I was coming in as a comedian. I'm a stand-up comedian, screenwriter. So if I would have been like, hey, I want to make this song, I'm not getting the best singers in the world to come be on my project. They wouldn't even pick up the phone. Yeah. And I experienced that. The reason I got into AI was because of the writer strike. Like, I just wanted to be a TV writer. And for years, I've been going viral since my early 20s. But as far as like trying to break into the industry, bro, like I couldn't get managers or agents, and nobody even like return emails from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been getting millions of views on YouTube and all these different things. So like now, I don't say I don't need anybody, but like I can get my ideas out fast. So now people from the industry, they come to me because they've seen what I've done. You know what I'm saying? So and the way I like leverage technology. So like on the music side, I feel like AI is not really being embraced like that. But on the film side, you just saw like Ben Affleck sold this, company to Netflix for hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So, which I feel like, I have an organization called AI and the Culture, man. We teach Black people, you gotta say POC. We gotta teach POC.
Why you have to say POC?
Because you can't say Black anymore.
We do.
Why can't you say
I say it, but I'm just saying, like, in just different spaces, they don't want to.
Hey, fuck them.
I feel that. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But I still say Black, but I'm just saying, but, just to be whatever.
I got you.
But
we don't want to piss the white people off. Go ahead.
Yeah. But we teach our people AI tools, how to vibe code, how to leverage AI for your businesses and whatnot, and like all these different things, man. And I think like the disservice is like we are like very against AI. You know what I'm saying? And
we as in Black people, you feel like?
Yeah,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got other people that are telling you like AI's bad and this and that, and then you look at like Ben Affleck, he was going on podcasts saying like AI ain't it, and then meanwhile I was building this company and then sold to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we have a really amazing opportunity right now outside of like the creative side, but like learning vibe coding and all these different tools, man. You can run your business like a Fortune 500 business. You know what I'm saying? Using these tools. But anyway, I know we're gonna talk about music, but I think that we have a moment right now where we can really like change our trajectory by like understanding these tools. You know what I'm saying?
Going back to the conversation that we were having on here about, because like I don't know if we were disagreeing, but we were just like not on the same page with what Tyga's album or Starface's album did versus the type of artist you are. Do you see yourself in the same category as what Starface did?
No.
Or do you see yourself some different? Okay, then what's the difference?
I think that the music that I made, one is comedy, so I think that kind of like lessens the blow. But it's like I make real music, in the sense of not saying that this music isn't real, but like the stuff that I talk about, like I just talk about real things. I made a song called Fupa, which is falling in love with a woman's fupa or big areola music, and I feel like a lot of these rappers aren't really rapping about what they live like. When's the last time a rapper rapped about the vitamins he's taking?
All right.
So you're different in the sense of like lyrically or like the subject matter or the context, but as far as do you see yourself different in the way you make music from the way that he makes Starface versus how you make your music because you're working on a new album and everything.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know his exact process. Like I said, when I was reading the lyrics, I was just like, I was a little just confused as far as like what he was saying. It's like a lot of metaphors and whatnot, and I know he was trying to go for the 80s vibe. So I don't know a lot about Tiger, but from what I know about him, I know Rack City and that
Taste.
I don't even know Taste. He had a song with Lil Wayne called like the Lime and the Coconut.
With the Lime and the Coconut.
That was a great song. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Tiger I know.
Taste?
So okay, I do know the song. I know that Tiger. But so when I read the lyrics, I was just like, I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So, but the actual process of making AI music, the way I do it, like I said, I write my songs and then I'll hum melodies or I'll beat some drums or whatever, and then I take that and then we'll convert it to whatever sound it makes. Yeah.
So, okay, let's kind of reset for a second because we're talking about a lot of different things at the same time.
Okay.
There's a belief,
Yeah.
societally, in black communities, wherever, just overall, that AI is two things. One, that the push to AI isn't like a real push. That the push is based in financial corporations trying to find a place to synthetically inflate the American economic climate, right? And that there are a bunch of companies at the top of this, NVIDIA, AMD, whomever they are, that are benefiting from this investment into AI that is not going to meaningfully change people's lives, right? Because even if AI does what it's supposed to do, then it will end up in this fundamental reshaping of American society. Like who you are and what you do and how you feed your family and all of that stuff like that. If there's not some kind of UBI or something like that, AI is going to erase a lot of American jobs, right? And depower people.
Right.
Okay. People believe that AI music is essentially a way of grooming people into that idea of digital slavery. Because what happens is when a repressive regime from a country or something somewhere wants to make people okay with whatever they're doing, the first thing they do is they buy a sports league. Saudi Arabia, they buy a soccer league. They buy a soccer league, and it's, how bad could we be? The Ronaldo's playing here. Whatever. They sports wash things. Sports washing happens here in the United States. No need to go to another culture. Hey, come hang out with the president, and here's your jersey, and all of that. Okay, when you leave, everybody from your community, their rights are all gone, but look at you. The president's a cool guy. He likes you, whatever. AI music seems like a way to do that same thing. Get people okay with the idea of jobs being lost for whatever purpose, of people's ability to create being lost for whatever purpose, as long as you get a catchy song or something out of it. You say that that's not the thing. Why are those people wrong?
Well, I mean, I think it at least as far as my process, I'm not trying to, I'm an artist first, you know what I'm saying? And human, so I'm not trying to eliminate us from the equation. You know what I'm saying? I think that there will be people that just try to prompt songs and just, pressing buttons but I spend a lot of time just learning my craft. You know what I'm saying? So I want to even this album Unhinged, we brought in artists. It was very important that we had, artists and the AI.
Artists to do what?
To recreate the music. You know what I'm saying? So it just allowed us to iterate fast as far as getting ideas out. I write songs every day. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I was going viral for a very long time, but now because of these AI songs, I can go viral pretty much every other week. But it's just because I can move really fast. And that's how I like to move. So I think that I don't know if there's a simple answer to that, because there will be jobs that are lost, but I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities that are created as well. Because
opportunities created how and where?
Because people they're gonna be able to dream bigger as far as what they can actually execute on. So now, if you can I just use this project as an example. I was like, man, I want to make this comedy musical album. You know what I'm saying? Shebang the Musical was going viral, and I was like, we should make an album that has a musical theme to it, and then let's bring in the artists that can actually do that. So bring in the singers, bring in the musicians that we can actually recreate the sound. But because of that, I can actually send it to folks and then be like, this is the sound that I'm actually going for. And they can hear it right away versus me just, trying to.
But for you, you're making a decision with all the agency that you have to bring in a singer to sound like something.
Yeah.
obviously the AI is going to get to a point to where you don't need that singer. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
Have somebody sing something exactly the way that you want. I remember back in the day.
Isn't it already there?
I mean, yeah,
it
like
is,
I
it
was,
is, yeah.
like I'm listening. I was remember back in the day listening to Gwen Stefani talk about being in the studio with Dr. Dre.
Right.
And she was talking about the fact that like she's in the studio with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre had a specific way that he wanted stuff to go.
Right.
And that sometimes that was frustrating. She was very excited to work with Dr. Dre, but sometimes it was frustrating listening to him go, sing it like this, do it like this, do it like this. This is how it's supposed to sound, right? Now you don't have to have that. Now what you can do
Right.
if you are Dre or if you are Timbaland or if you are somebody else, you can just create the singer to sing and sound exactly the way you want to.
Right.
But that singer is gone. It's a computer program.
Right.
No,
Right.
it's not gone.
Well, I mean, I think, I mean, and not going to speak from my perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that a lot of people might feel differently, but just the process that I go through, I think these tools are going to give us a lot of agency, you know what I'm saying, to be able to just imagine and do what, because again, man, I was coming from being on the outside of the industry for a long time, and I was like, I know I was talented and I know I could have a seat at the table, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't. So, and, you know, I just think that, you know, if people are trying to do the right thing, and I know people don't do the right thing, like they'll want to lean into this process and want to include artists because it just sounds different. Like we just released the version of Shebang the Musical with Stevie Mackey, and it sounds incredible.
Better, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it sounds a lot better than it did with just having just AI vocals. Stevie Mackey's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, and he bodied it. So, you know, I think that there will be people that just want to cut corners, which is the way some people live life. But the ones that really are about the craft, they're going to do the right thing and just make sure the process is done right.
So is there a version of AI use in music that you would say goes too far? Is there a line for you?
Yeah. Man, you know, just, gosh, like, you know, when you have, I guess, just people that are not of the culture making music for the culture, and yeah, I mean, because
What do you mean? Like when you have white people having AI sounding like black people?
yeah, or just making like music that, but I mean, even though the music industry, like they were creating songs that maybe don't benefit us, you know. It's all vibrations and whatnot. So like, just sonically, songs about killing and murder and you know, degrading women. But you can make songs like that now. So like, if you wanted to just prompt a song, and I'm like, if somebody that's like MAGA was like, I want to make a bunch of really demeaning songs to black people, but create an AI black person that's making all these crazy, really outlandish, crazy songs. You could do that now.
So there's not a line as far as the tool, using the tools. You're talking about it's if they used it to against a marginalized group.
Well, I mean, I would say that too, but just, I mean, I don't want to steal nobody's voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to make
if I went into Sono and I was like, I'm gonna write a country song, and I want it to sound like Mickey Guyton, definitely not Mickey Guyton.
Yeah.
And I say, and I want the song to be about how she grew up in Texas and breaking through in the country music, which is hard as a black artist.
Right.
And it would lyrically write the song for me.
Yeah.
And if I said I wanted it to sound like a throwback, like 80s country, like Patsy Cline style,
Yeah.
and using Mickey's voice, would you ever, and that song blows up, would you have a problem with that? Is that a line for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're taking somebody else's voice.
Because that's how easy it is to do it.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah.
song would blow up, but I'm just saying I could literally prompt it and type it in.
Yeah.
So there is a line for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, what is too far for you with AI use when it comes to music?
I think end of the day it's just like, if you're, and this is, I guess, I feel like you're stealing from artists, which kind of is, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're blatantly using somebody's voice, like the one app, I don't want to say the app's name because then everybody probably go on it, but like, you can literally just type in somebody's voice. If you like, I want to make this sound like Michael or Prince or whatever, and it'll make that just like them. You know, I feel like that's wrong. Like these voices, the app that I use, and I have my own like proprietary. I have like an open source thing that I made as well. But I'm just more so prompting like the particular like genre and style and whatnot, and then it kind of does stuff. So, but
even when it creates that, the voice that it comes up. If you do a '70s soul singer, we're gonna hear people that it's not a direct one-to-one to Sam Cooke or Otis Redding or whatever, but the computer is making us feel like those people. So we hear those people even though it's not their voice. So a lot of people would say that like that distinction is negligible.
Well, that's why when I said that, I was like, man, you know, it's I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, I really just want to just make people laugh, you know what I'm saying, and just feel good. And I feel like the songs that I've made, they brought people together, even during the BBL Drizzy.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, or even like, you know, the thing that's happening now, man, my songs, it's funny because they're comedic songs, but they're actually like launching people's careers, which is, you know, like there's tons of people that have made parodies of my songs, like the Shebang music, like that are now getting like millions of views, and they're getting a following based off of like making. So I feel like I'm giving back, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I can understand the point of view where it feels like taken away, you know what I'm saying? But that's not my intent at all. And I think part of it too just goes into like your intent as just as an artist, as a human. Like, what are you actually trying to do? Like, and my intent is always just to make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I felt like the stuff that I was making was like harming people or taking away, then I would take it down. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that the music industry should have a labeling standard? Do you think it should say AI assistance or AI generated when it comes out?
Yeah, I think that'd be a cool thing. I think that way people don't feel like misled. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like, so it's like two sides. Like when you introduce a song to somebody, if you say like this is an AI song, listen to this, then there's probably like a lot of pushback. But if they hear the song first and then later you tell them like it was an AI song, then a lot of times they end up liking because they already like it. You know what I'm saying? That's been my experience. Like people, they love my music and then they find out it's AI and they're like, oh, you know.
Do you think AI is anti-humanist?
Damn.
Because listen to me. Okay, let's come back to that question. For outside of entertainment, what shouldn't AI do? Because just AI is being proposed in almost every single aspect of our life. Palantir has the software called, I think it's called Kill Chain. And what it essentially does is it reorients the quickness, speed, and efficiency in which a decision to eliminate a target can be made. So let's say that like in the old days, we had a lead on somebody. Then what I would have to do is I would have to call this general and call this person and call and get all of these different boom boom to make sure this is the person, this is the thing, this is the deal. Well, what they have is a program that bypasses all of that. And then they it basically makes the decision to eliminate that target, right? And a lot of people would say that if we're making decisions about human lives, if we're making decisions about policing, if we're making decisions about resources, if we're making decisions about even facial recognition and stuff like that, that there should be people behind those decisions, because even in the most cynical world, a person has a different relationship to another person than a computer program does. So when we start asking questions about AI that are fundamental like that, we normally get back down to, okay, well, music, laughter, art, those are things that are intrinsic to the human experience as well. And if we start ceding those things to AI, it's just a matter of time before the AI is orienting every single aspect of our lives. What do you think about that hyper-provoked and grandiose idea that I just gave to you?
I mean, you know, I think we've all watched The Terminator and The Matrix. Shout out to Sophia Stewart. Man, it's tough, man, because I mean, I think we've reached that point of like the point of no return.
So it's just lay down and let it happen.
I would never lay down. We should never lay down. But I don't really know the best way to answer that, Van, to be honest, bro. Because it's just like, only thing I try to tell people, because like, you know, I know we have a lot of conversations around the creative side of AI. You know what I'm saying? But it's affecting like every industry, education, healthcare, construction. You know what I'm saying? So like I just try to at least. I feel like it's my duty just to try to like educate our people. You know what I'm saying? To just be like, because we're not building any of these platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't own open AI and nothing like that. So I was like, what
does that mean to you when you say that? Because we're not building them. What does that mean?
I mean, you know, it's just like the decisions that are being made aren't from us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's governments, it's people that don't look like us, that might not care about us, that are like making these decisions. So I just try to educate people, try to learn as much as you can, because like this stuff is happening. It feels like it's happening whether we like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you look at like in the U.S. right now, it's a race right now to build the best models, and they're not slowing down. Like, and they're not putting guardrails on anything either, because it's like, how can you? Because if you slow down our tech, then you look at what China's doing, and it's just like it's moving so fast that you're trying to compete. And a lot of these companies, they're launching things, they're doing things because they want to be first. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, man. I was listening to you just when you were talking about being a capitalist, and at one point I was like, yeah, man, just get your money up, like that'll solve everything. And then I don't know if maybe it will, I don't know, but maybe it won't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't want to minimize myself. I'm like, man, I'm just a comedian, man. I'm just trying to make people laugh. But I do
Ask you
think
something. Why did you want to come on?
I want to meet y'all when
I know that, but
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is that like because let me tell you what I feel right now. Like what I feel is that when I hear your story, I hear you saying that AI liberated you in a way.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I can understand that, right?
Right.
Because there's very few things, I'm not going to say nothing growing up in Baton, but that are more soul crushing than going, yo, man, I got this ridiculously awesome idea. And not only do I have an idea, you've seen me before
Right.
where I've done stuff
Right.
and it has been fucking crazy.
Right.
And if I could just get this for this idea, man, we all been through that, pitching, trying to make people see it, getting notes from people,
Right.
and all of that stuff. And then one day, boom, you don't have to do that anymore. And you see that the talent that you always believed in for yourself is real. It's
Right.
real. I make the song, people love the song, boom, I don't need no help.
Right.
And it feels personally liberating.
Right.
But I think for me, what I'm always trying to do is separate what works for me personally, that's even the capitalism situation,
Right.
for what works for a society.
Right.
Because what you said earlier, let's go back to how AI is created and black artists are like inside of AI.
Right.
Hip hop was essentially captured by people who weren't black.
Fact.
And then because those people had different appetites than what black audiences might have, you had to make art that catered to certain people.
Right.
Now, the only thing that will be better than having someone in a contract where they have to make the type of music that that you want them to make would be that person actually not being real. Because then you could make that music and make it sound like somebody, make it look like somebody,
Right.
and just put it out there. It would be black inspired, but it wouldn't be black.
Right.
And we're on
happening.
that. Yeah, we're going
already
there.
Yeah, it's happening now. Like we're already there, to be honest. I don't know if you finished your point. I'm sorry.
Well, my point is this. Don't you obviously you feel like there's something wrong with that.
Right.
But short of not embracing the technology, what would be the control for that?
Man, I'm not even sure, bro. I'm not.
Because you're saying it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is where you, if I can, and tell me if I'm wrong, you feel conflicted, is that this is where things are headed. Probably 10 years from now or less, made with AI won't even be controversial. It'll
Right.
just be the reality
Right.
of the situation, whether it's whatever type of art is being put out there or another industry. So I feel like you're saying Van talked about you being liberating. You've been able to change your entire trajectory of your career.
Right.
Also, at the same time, you have a company where you're educating people of this is where things are heading.
Right.
So I'm teaching you how to work in this system because these systems already exist.
Right.
They'll use them to cancel us out regardless. Van just pointed out they're going to use our voice likeness. They are using our voice. Like these songs are already out there. We've
Right.
seen it. So is the conflict for you, or why maybe it's hard to answer because you have good intention. You're trying to teach people to work within a system that
Right.
is inevitably here, but at the same time, and I guess create opportunities for Black people rather
Right.
than Black people altogether being erased because they're behind and they don't understand it.
Right.
Is that kind of where?
Yeah, yeah. You know, man, I was listening to this. It was like Martin Luther King, where he was like, what was the quote? I'm gonna misquote Martin Luther King's, but it was like, I feel like I led my people into a burning house.
Yeah, integrate his people into a burning.
Yeah. So sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. I sometimes when I really started to think very deeply about where we're potentially going, like I think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen just doing these events that we do and these hackathons, how much it's benefited people. Not just from the creative side, but the people started businesses and they're able to optimize their businesses and you can do so much using once you understand these tools and building apps and all these different things. And so I see firsthand, mothers, we talking children, what they can actually do and how their minds, you can just see their minds, the gears twisting. They're their imaginations are expanding because they're wow, I don't have this governor over myself that is maybe just limiting me in my way of thinking. But to your point, Van, it's just where we're potentially headed is scary. You know what I'm saying? Potentially, I don't know. I'm a glass half full type nigga. So
well, give me the glass half full. Perspective then.
Yeah, I mean, I think from an artist standpoint, you can be fully empowered now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if everybody wants to watch a full AI generated movie, but being able to actually
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, very soon. It's getting there. You know what I'm saying? But being able to just get your ideas out. Like I said, working on my album and working on the different films I've done. I'm creating BBL Drizzy the musical, which is a planetarium experience. I never would have been able to do a planetarium dome experience without these AI tools, because now I can actually iterate. We pitched a sphere, we pitched Cosm. That wouldn't have happened had we not have these tools, and they can understand. I can speak their language now. I can walk into rooms where if I don't understand something, I can have Claude or whatever teach me.
Certainly.
So from that standpoint, I think it's very empowering for artists or just people in general, and so that's why I tend to look towards, and then just okay, let's focus on the opportunity versus what can be taken away from us. You know what I'm saying?
You said that you're going to submit your album that's coming up for a Grammy. Mm-hmm. How does that work? You can do that?
Yeah, so best comedy album.
With AI, is there a limit? Explain
so
that to
so
me.
it has to be real singers, real instruments and whatnot. So that's why I was saying the process was use this to kind of just iterate, test things out, you know what I'm saying, versus spending, a huge budget trying to make an album and we did about 200 something songs, over the span of a month. And versus if we used the traditional means, we might have, did 40 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So now we got a larger selection to choose from, and then we brought in the singers, we brought in the musicians, and then we spent the time just recutting all the songs. So, so it just allowed me to just iterate faster and I think we have I think Dave Chappelle won the last couple of years, and that's actually today's my birthday. That's my birthday twin.
God, happy birthday.
Yeah, me and
Happy
you have birthday today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last question for me, just really quickly. Tyga received a lot of backlash. And I think a lot of people don't, but Starface, a lot of people don't believe, even you kind of are questioning it, that what he's saying he did, they think that he actually used more AI tools than he's claiming.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't just guitar solos and, is it a synthesizer?
I think that's what he said, yeah.
But they think that he used more than that. Doja Cat came out and she called him a penis.
I saw that.
I'm wondering, with the popularity that you've had
Yeah.
and the attention, have you received backlash from musical artists? Have they said anything to you in regards to like what you do?
Yeah. Yeah, you know,
What did they say and who?
Yeah, I get a little bit of backlash. I really don't pay attention to it, to be honest. I think, I don't know. I just, it's like when I first started out, and I was specifically making AI trailers for like my scripts, because I was just trying to break into Hollywood as a writer. You know what I'm saying? I just BBL Jersey popped off, but a lot of people, they would message me, it was like, man, you're not an artist and this and that. And I'm like, bro, you don't know how long I've been doing this stuff for 20 some years. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that, I'm just like, people really don't know all the work that goes in behind the scenes. They just think that you press a button and you prompting and all these things. But like, I write all myself. I'm a writer first. Like, I really just consider myself a writer, and I really just enjoy the process of writing. Like, anybody that knows me knows how hard I work. But you know, I think there's going to be that backlash anytime there's a new technology. You know, you think about when movies started having like people talk. There was a bunch of silent actors that were just like, this is it. You know, I got to start talking in movies. You know what I'm saying? Like this radio, and it killed the whole industry. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know, when Google jumped out, there's probably purists that were just like, I like going to the library. I don't want to search Google. You know what I'm saying? So I think as new tech, AI, I know is a little bit different, but I think as new technology emerges, like the people that embrace it, you know, they have this window that they can just kind of do some amazing things. But you know, when I receive any backlash, it doesn't bother me, because I know what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like I said, I know my intentions behind what I'm doing. I don't know Tiger. I don't know anything about him. I just know I've heard Starface. I like the song Racks on the Table. It's catchy. And but the backlash, I don't think he should have got a 0 out of 0.
What would you have given him?
At least a 1 or a 2.
Oh.
Like, I mean, I'm just saying if you look at like Price is Right, I would have gave him. He deserved a number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a 0 out of 0, I was like, that's crazy. Because Racks on the Table is actually a catchy song. And again, the man gave us Rack City and
I think that's what
lime
it
and the
is.
coconut.
It's like
And the lime and the
where
coconut.
he came from to this now is where people are being more.
So I'll say two things. One, I'll say about the argument that you made about new technologies. That's very true. It's always been that way, right? Always been, you know, like whatever. We are, though, I think, at a unique point in society where we can sort of litigate how technology changes us.
Right.
Right? So being able to Google everything on the spot is awesome.
Right.
Right? But maybe we do need to spend a little bit more time in libraries, right?
Right.
Like being able to have a device on your hip that holds 30,000 phone numbers is good. But maybe it helps your brain chemistry to like memorize 15 or 20 phone numbers. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe there are certain things about our experience as human beings that actually are the way they should be.
Right.
Maybe technology should be something that enhances human connection and experience rather than something that like removes it and takes it away. And we're kind of asking questions about which technologies like enhance our humanity and which technologies replace it.
I think that we're going to your point, though, I think there will be diminishing skills because of AI or just technology in general, right? Like how many people actually know how to hunt or like use a map anymore? You know what I'm saying? So like that's something like, you know, any faculty that you don't use, it kind of atrophies. So that's going to happen but in the same vein, like, you know, I think that I think about like social media, right? And you think about technology, like right now, a social media manager probably didn't exist, 20 years ago. Yeah. But now a social media manager makes 6 figures. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we'll see.
And now you have AI.
Right. You have AI.
You know what I'm saying?
Manage social media, so that guy's gonna lose his job. So it's out. Let me. So, 2 more things. One, we could also have a whole conversation on data centers and all of that stuff and all the compute that's needed for this and like that industry as well. But we'll bring Ed Zitron back on to have that conversation. I'm gonna ask you one thing.
He does not see the glass half full.
Nah, Ed going crazy. Ed going up too. By the way, I see Ed's going crazy. Let me ask you this: artists that you have a relationship is cool. What's your relationship with Drake?
I don't know, man. Like, so I mean, you know, Drake, they sampled BBL Drizzy. It was the first AI sample song in music history, which is insane. But I've never met him. I never interacted with him. I don't know if he likes me or if he wants to give me hands. I don't know. Shemaine the Musical is going crazy right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if Drake, I think he's a smart dude. I think if he was smart, he would work with me because I'm just like I'm just saying, like.
Did you get paid for the sample?
I made some, you know what I'm saying? I made a little bit. And
So Metro Boomin paid you for the sample?
Well, we cut a deal with Drake and Sexy Red for the.
You could have deal with Drake and Sexy Red.
When they sampled the song.
When Metro
BBL
Boomin,
Drizzy.
with Metro Boomin, you could have deal with Drake and Sexy Red.
Because he put BBL Drizzy in You My Everything.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Drake did that.
Yeah.
Drake cut you in when he put BBL Drizzy in that song. He cut you in.
Well, it was really. I mean, it was produced by Take Keith. You know what I'm saying? Rest in
Take
peace,
Keith.
but,
Rest in peace, Take Keith. But so you got paid off that. Did you get paid off BBL Drizzy though? Did you get paid off Metro Boomin's BBL Drizzy?
Yeah, I still get paid off BBL Drizzy.
Oh, okay, so so everybody did good business.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. So then, but you've never heard anything from like Drake, or you never got no owls in your DMs.
Okay, so
be real.
I'll be fully transparent. Because I'm not gonna lie to the people. When BBL Drizzy first dropped, it was during Netflix as a Joke 2 years ago. I was there. I actually came out here for the festival, and then my boy Tayron, he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, Drake hates you," and he's like, and he was like, the whole OVO team, I guess they were in LA at the time, and I was laughing about it. I was like, no, he doesn't. And he's like, bro, trust me. Like, and then because he was like, they were calling him. He's like, do you know this nigga Willonius? Like, who is this dude and stuff? And then that kind of like subsided or whatever. But like, I've never actually like talked to Drake or whatever, or DM'd him or nothing like that.
So you heard that they had, but nobody ever.
Yeah, he never mentioned me in a song. He never. So I'm assuming we cool. I feel like if I see Drake right now, like he'll dap me up and we'll laugh about.
Chubbs and Bach are gonna be on your ass so fucking quick.
Okay.
You're gonna be upside down. Hey, but look, it's all gravy though. It's like, who cares, bro?
Yeah, right.
You can't
great.
move around. Like, you can't move. Fuck it.
I'm not. Look,
You can't move around.
I haven't been
And
to.
plus, you in LA now. It's the other side over here.
Right. I do want to visit Toronto though. So like, which camera is my Drake? Look, man, I would. This is King Willonius, BBL Drizzy, right? You call yourself BBL Drizzy now. I would love to work with you. I would love to come to the 6 and hang out with you and your woes. And let's make great music together. You know what I'm saying? Shebane the Musical is going crazy. We could do a whole Disney album, and it'll be a great time. I know you love comedy. I love comedy. Let's make it happen.
You want to bury the hatchet.
Yeah, I don't. But see, I don't even. This is the thing about BBL Drizzy. The BBL Drizzy really isn't a diss to Drake. It's a celebration of the BBL.
Sure.
When you really listen to,
You dissed them.
Sure.
I'm thinking this nigga.
Because one of the other lyrics are.
We read history.
Yeah, we read the lyrics on the show.
It was a man being like, I love this BBL.
But can I tell you something? Do you know little things in that song that get me? The fact that the AI didn't say history.
Yeah.
The AI is singing like a black person from the 60s.
Right.
And the AI said history.
Right.
Like my uncle, Uncle Jit said history. Like Auntie Eula May said history.
That was the very right.
Like that is scary. It didn't say I got the best BBL in history. But it said history.
The point
like a nigga says it from '66.
Well.
I mean, that was UDO. I made that with UDO, and like that model doesn't do that anymore. Like they've updated and that was like, I don't even know if you can recapture that type of sound anymore or whatever.
But you down to work with Drake?
I would love to work with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that we could probably do some dope stuff, and I think comedically we can make some funny comedic music. And I think that people want that because right now Drake the Musical is trending, and Drake, you know how to get at me. Hit my line.
You're gonna okay. All right. I mean, look, I'm not saying for you to. I'm not saying you need to be scared of no niggas because we don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you from again?
I'm from Florida.
Yeah.
Palm Beach County. You know what's crazy? Like,
You see,
why did you? Why did you?
Because
what's with you, dog? Like, why did you? Why did you hesitate?
because it's Palm Beach.
Because it's Palm Beach. You don't want to say that
didn't
you're
wanna
from
say
down
Palm
there.
Beach.
Hey, are you with them? Like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Because like even the way you hesitated right there.
Because he
Because I
didn't
have
want
to say that,
I
man.
could tell
You wanna
immediately he didn't want to say
You from
Palm Beach.
Beach County. You
A nice
push
area.
it. Hold on.
You didn't wanna say you
Palm
were from
Beach
a nice
County.
area?
I'm from the trenches in Palm Beach.
You
Though.
from the trenches in
Yeah.
Palm Beach. You pushing
I didn't know
AI.
Palm Beach.
Right.
Or is this a psyop? Did
No,
you come
it's not.
here, bro?
It's not. You know, it's so crazy.
Get Jared Kushner on the phone.
I don't know Jared Kushner. Okay, so
You
I'm
do
from,
know him.
I'm from Palm Beach County. I'm from Delray Beach, which is
I know
a
Delray
city.
Beach, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but I every time I say like nobody knew Palm Beach. I used to have to say I was from Miami, right? Because like nobody, but like because of Trump and all, like I got it. And every time I say Palm Beach now, they be like, oh, you MAGA and this and that, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I grew up near the beach. I'm a real nigga from the beach. Like I'm a real nigga, man. Like that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm from Florida. And you know what's messed up about Florida? Like we don't have like that type of reputation of what like people be like, man, I'm from Chicago. Like don't if I'm from Florida, like it's just you just from Florida.
What you mean?
It depends which part.
Well,
If you from Jacksonville right now, I get the bulletproof vest out.
Right.
Like shout out to the people in Jacksonville. Jacksonville, they
Duval,
going
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
So like it's places in Florida.
We got killers too in Palm Beach County, but when I say that, you didn't think that.
Why are we even talking about with pride?
And I don't say that. Look, and I'm not on that. I'm not on that.
Why do we do this?
You
Like,
started it.
I'm from South Baton
You
Rouge.
did it
Right.
first.
You'll die in
Ask
20
yourself
seconds.
that.
It's like the Ukraine front line.
Right.
Like no, it's no. But we
go to
should,
church.
Yeah,
we go to
we have like in Baton Rouge, we had the Allen Chapel, the AME Church. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
We got Sacred Heart. You know,
Right.
we had May Night. We
Right.
had things that are like life affirming.
We should
Fish
just
fry.
let's make
Lock
being wholesome people cool again.
No, we got a community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got Del Pitt's Chicken Shack.
Right.
Okay.
We go there.
Right.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is like when I said I was from Florida, it wasn't like, oh man, this is you know what I'm saying?
Because you said a whole state.
yeah.
There's really no such thing as a whole state that you could say.
Right.
Where niggas gonna be like, oh, you from Arizona? Like, god damn, that's crazy. You from Illinois? No, it's Chicago, and then it's the South Side of
Okay.
Chicago, and then there's, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you can do like from Texas.
I was about to say that.
And you feel like you from Texas, and
I
then
say I'm
people
from
go,
Texas before I say I'm from Dallas.
and people, but when you say like you from Texas, that's because y'all like got a whole thing.
It's a whole- yeah,
but
it's
it
a
don't
whole
really,
Texas pride.
But
Right.
it don't really mean that like Texas has like some kind of reputation with like, god damn, that nigga from Texas. We gotta watch out for El Paso.
It's not even, but nobody does that. I'll be honest with you though. When I say I'm from, unless people are from Texas, usually when I say I'm from Texas, it stops there. They'll be like, "Oh, you from Texas?"
Exactly.
They don't like say Dallas.
That's because
Houston.
you guys have a whole culture of separation and stuff like
It's
that.
just to
Louisiana
his
happen with
point about
Florida, though.
Florida.
That's
To his
because
point about Florida.
there are 3 states inside of Florida. There's
Right.
the Caribbean,
That's
which
fair.
is what Miami is,
Right.
a whole completely
More
different
than
country.
that.
Right.
Then you have the middle of Florida, and then you have the
is-
top of Florida where you know.
have the villages. You have Jacksonville, the villages, Miami.
Florida's back
That's-
is like
that's
the
y'all's-
further
that's
north you
y'all's.
go in Florida, the more southern it gets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little back.
I don't know how we got here, but look, I don't know if we learned very much about. I think we learned a lot about you and
Right.
how
And
you
why
look
you
at
do
things.
it, yeah.
And I think anybody listening to this interview could trust you. I don't know if we got a sense of whether or not. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really fucking with AI. I don't know. Your shit doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And we know that because me and you have connected. But I'm not really fucking with AI in creation. I'm still not. I don't think it's a good thing.
And I don't think, and I don't try to push and say that people should. You know what I'm saying? I just say like I use it as a tool, but I don't try to say people like you must use AI and you need.
Will there
to.
ever be a time where you get the resources that you need, where you have access to them, where you won't use AI anymore? Like you blow up,
That's
you
a
can do
good
whatever
question.
you want.
Because now you know how fast it can work.
Like now, like you don't need to do it no more. You can hire the musicians. You can have people come out. You can do all of that stuff. You don't have to do it anymore. Would you? Is there a time where you wouldn't use it anymore?
Yeah, I would say so. But I have so much fun doing the process, man. So we recorded everything we did at Amazon the last 2 weeks. And I think when people see it, like the process is actually really fun. You know what I'm saying? And like
Amazon, Palm Beach. Yeah, okay, I see you, dog.
Well, Delray Beach.
Delray Beach,
Yeah.
Palm Beach. I see you, bro. I
Yeah.
see you. I see you.
I mean, we out here. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, I'm a black man, a nigga with good intentions, and I love black people, and I love black women. I need to say that 1,000 times because I feel like there's a narrative that's going around that black women don't love black women, and
Don't get on here and start the gender
come on,
wars.
you know
don't
what?
get on here and start the gender wars.
No, but
we love that you love-
I don't know. Like,
I gotta
we
say
love
it,
that you
though.
love
You know-
black women.
I gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? Because because it's not enough of us like saying it that
Right.
we, you know what I'm saying? We love black women, and I think that
give me your top
Make
5
that
black
song.
women.
Make that song.
Like, make the I love
top 5 black women.
Give me your top 5 black women. Period.
Oh snap!
Well, you say you love them.
Harriet Tubman.
Okay, cool.
Oh, my mama first.
Nah, she don't make the list.
Okay, I mean she.
She can make your list.
She like she
Okay.
like she
Make your
like-
list.
I'm just okay.
Your
Your mom,
okay.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet
okay,
Tubman.
Okay.
I mean Viola Davis.
Okay. Hey, shout out to the homie Viola. Harriet
Yeah.
Tubman, Viola Davis.
Yeah, you got to put it up there.
Okay.
Who else? I would put Sojourner Truth.
Okay. Another one. Okay. That's one of them ones.
Yeah, you got to put her. Let me
And the 5th one, give us a wild card.
Ooh,
Give us a wild card. Because, like, we could go Maya Angelou. We could go
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red is the 5th. Okay. Why Sexy Red?
I just love Sexy Red, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was rooting for Sexy Red for so long. And people
Y'all was in
think
the same CIA class.
Keep going.
Sexy Red, I think, and there's a depending on how you feel about her, but I like her story. That I remember when she came out with that first song, that do or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? When she like,
She Pink?
no, she had a
Booty
song
Hole?
when she was like walking down the street.
Oh,
Cause
I remember
Sexy
that.
Red
We didn't know till the other one.
She went viral.
I have no problem with Sexy Red, by the way.
I just like she reminded me of some of my cousins, and like
I think that's what a lot of people like about her.
I just girls like Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying?
the
Like
same thing.
and just her energy and like I think the way she made it, you know what I'm saying? Cuz I remember she came out with a viral song and then I was like following her and she had like stuff on YouTube and I was like, man, I hope she makes it, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, brown skin at the time, I felt like it was a lot of like light skin hip hop women that was coming out and I was like, maybe she might not make it. And then when she came out with Pound Town, I was like, and then she came out with Looking for the Hoes and all that, and I was just like, I was like proud, you know what I'm saying? It felt like one of my cousins made it.
Yeah.
So
and I think a lot of the people
feel
that,
that way.
make a big deal hating on Sexy Red are into some respectability kind of bullshit and all of that stuff like that.
I mean, we got to clean up the message, you know what I'm saying, around just what we do. Like Spend That. Spend That is a great. It like for anybody that grew up in South Florida, that is a quintessential, like it takes you back to like the Mega Center, Cafe Iguana, like that type of energy. But like, you know, where them scamming ass niggas at, it's just that's not the message we need for the youth.
We'll end it right there. We'll end it right there. Okay, I understand. I'll tell you what, we didn't go on the journey that we wanted to go on, but it's more about the friends that we made along the way.
Right.
King Willonius,
Thank you.
are one of the friends that we made along the way. Tell people the thing that you want to promote right now.
Yeah, Unhinged, the album is coming out this week. Check out Shebang the Musical featuring Stevie Mackey. It's on all DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music. And then check out King Willonius. I got these prompt guy hats. If you love God, check out that. And then we out here.
Appreciate you coming by,
Thank you,
brother.
man.
Thank you, man. All right, before we get out of here, I want to, because I think a lot of times people look at me as like a bleeding heart lefty, and they don't understand that like I'm a Law and Order guy.
Oh, like as in you watch the show?
No, that I deeply believe in law and order. I deeply believe in order and law, and I don't get credit for that. You know, people hear me, they go, Van, are you a defund the police guy? I'm like, yeah. It's like, abolish it, get rid of them. I don't give a fuck about them. But at the same time, I'm also for law and order. That's why when I saw this at the Circle K on Highland and Melrose, before I got here, I had to help law and order preside.
Like you witnessed it?
I saw this there. Jay put this picture up. I put it in the group chat. Now, this is apparently a couple that is a banana thief couple.
Oh, you took this picture.
Yeah. So these two allegedly have been going into the Circle K on the corner of Highland and Melrose and stealing the bananas. This picture is put up there on the side in front of the Haagen-Dazs to warn people about the banana thieves.
And it said, did they put banana thief couple up there?
They put, this is the funniest shit I ever saw. They put banana thief couple. And they want you to know that these people are stealing bananas. I would never in a million years have done this if these people didn't look the way they do. I'm going to be honest with you. But they do look a certain way. So there they are. This is alleged. All allegations. We don't know what's happening.
Is that a banana being stuck in the pocket in that first picture I see?
It looks like if you zoom in right there, that this guy is taking a banana red-handed and stealing it. White-handed it. So red, because they could change color. And stealing it and putting the banana in his back pocket as his girl runs interference. They not taking this shit at the Circle K on the cover of the corner of Melrose and Highland. They not taking this, and they want everybody to know that it's not just a banana thief.
I'm gonna go look on the way home.
That it's the banana thief couple of LA that are stealing bananas.
Did you talk to the cat? Because normally you would. This is you. I am shocked that you didn't talk to the cashier about this.
I guess this is
and how you could help.
I didn't because I left because I needed some water. I wanted to get here. I left. But do we have to blur their faces? Or what's the legal thing on this?
This is public. This is out here. They posted this.
They posted it on the side of the Haagen-Dazs banana thief couple, and then they showed him stealing
And you're just
the
trying to be a good citizen. This is in our area of where we podcast.
Right.
You've got these thieves out here on the loose.
Thieving banana
And you're
people.
just trying to help
Now, here's the thing, though.
the situation.
What if they was stealing because they hungry?
This is a squatter thing for you. This
That's
is like
my
this
only
is
thing.
in that world. But
I pledge.
I doubt it.
It don't look like it to me.
It doesn't look like
I'm
it.
gonna be honest with you. I don't have no love for the banana thief couple. If they look different,
Clearly, you
you
just outed them here on this podcast.
That's funny. You can't tell me that's not funny.
So here's
y'all
your
don't think
homework.
y'all not laughing. Y'all don't think. You don't give a fuck about trying to stop crime, and that's a big problem. That's a big problem.
Why do you think that?
I can just tell that as you're doing stuff over there, what you have is feral whites running around Hollywood, stealing bananas out of stores. This is probably a ring of banana thieves.
Can you put like the local police number, like not a 911? Is there like a Crime Stoppers thing? Let's put that down there,
bruh.
Let's put that.
If y'all don't take fucking control of y'all communities, nobody fucking will.
Here's your homework.
What?
Because I really am shocked you didn't do this. You have to go in back here on the way home or before Thursday, and you gotta inquire about this.
Okay.
Because this is what you do. You got the number?
We got the number.
Okay.
Put it up.
We're taking it seriously.
I'm just being for real, man. I'm just looking at this banana thief couple.
This lets me know the owner is pissed. How many? Like you should be like, how many bananas have they taken? Because this is a reoccurring thing. He's pissed. This is like a label maker. He wrote out banana thief on a label maker and put it on there. This is serious work. He's pissed.
Let me tell y'all something here. I don't think stealing food is one thing. I don't know with this couple, but it feels like this is a kink of some sort.
No, just stop.
I don't know what they're
You're
using
taking
a
it too
banana
far.
for. Okay, we
go
gotta
and find out. Go
That's
investigate.
Funny. That's funny to me.
Van Lathan on the case.
On the case, Van Lathan. I could be the new Pablo.
Oh, yeah.
I could be the new
You
Pablo.
could.
I could be the new Pablo. They stealing bananas and they giving
He's
them
on
to
the
Kawhi
case.
Leonard.
Go as they say on Law and Order. Go inquire about the perp.
The perp.
They always say the perp.
The perp.
The perp.
Perp.
I love Law and Order.
perps. He got a couple perps.
Banana bandits.
The banana bandits.
Nice. See, Jade's tapped in.
The banana bandits. Look at these two people. Look at her.
You should tell him
She
that that's a
looking-
lost opportunity to not have labeled it that way.
She looking so innocent, so that this guy who looks like he's in a rock band can steal the banana.
The back pocket picture is hilarious.
That's funny. They stealing bananas, man.
I didn't know Circle K sold bananas like that.
They got, like, when you go into these little convenience stores like 7-Eleven and shit like that, they got the worst fruit you could possibly
I
experience.
never go inside those stores.
You ever tried
I
one of the
just do
apples
the
from there?
gas.
Trot? No.
I ate one apple from 7-Eleven one time.
How long were you down?
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, stomach ache immediately.
I don't know what's going on with the apples there. Like, before we get out of here, do y'all ever eat? I know Bernard does. I know Bernard does. Back in the 80s and the 90s, you could go get a hot dog from 7-Eleven and it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
But now
They do
they
look
got
good.
Now 7-Eleven got so much food that I know is bad. So they got wings in that bitch.
What?
They got They got slices of
The
pizza.
pizza, but the pizza looks fake.
They got wings. They
And they
got
got
slices of
different
pizza.
variations of hot dogs.
Like what?
Like multiple, like
Y'all really be inside these
breaded,
places.
surrounded around the
I
taquitos.
like those. That's the only thing I get at 7-Eleven.
I only go to Pop
I don't
Gas.
eat it, but
Nigga, I knew it. You try to act like you didn't. Put
What
the
do
mic
you
over there.
eat, Bernard?
You eat the taquitos out of 7-Eleven?
If you hungry, yeah.
That's why you weren't here last
That's
week.
why you weren't
No,
there, so
that's
you
not
missed
why I
it.
was-
You was at home. 'Cause it's
You just
taquitos
told
at
on
7-Eleven.
yourself.
Like,
That's
you eat
what-
the taquitos at 7-Eleven. I don't even get the big gulp no more. I used to love the big gulp. The big gulp, the icy. I used to love
Icy's,
it.
I
get Slurpees
did.
from
I
7-Eleven?
Bruh,
did
it was
love an
different
icing.
then, though, man. Everything was different. I feel like in '95, the McDonald's was better.
It probably was.
100%.
I feel like shit
wasn't
was
alive in
different now. Y'all got
I wasn't alive, but I know that.
Yeah, everything's changed. You know the only thing I ever used to get at 7-Eleven?
what?
Mrs. Baird's white powdered donuts.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
That's exactly like on the way home from church.
Right.
I got the 6-pack Mrs. Baird's. I'd kill for one of those right now.
Man, that shit.
I banana thief. I banana
put it in your back
bandit.
pocket. Shit used to taste better. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all talk about it now. Shit used to be better. It's over. I'm telling
I
y'all.
agree.
It used to, like, you
I
used to
don't
be able to
disagree.
go. It was different. Like, it was different.
I'm jealous.
The shit used to taste
I'm
better.
jealous.
They was making it with different shit, and it was different. It was different. It used to be better. Okay.
Did they recall y'all food too? Because that's what everything is now.
No, Bernard.
That's it, Bernard. We out of here. Thank you to King Willonius. Thank you to Bernard, Taquito Man. Thank you to Marco. Thank you to Jade. We are out of here. We have an interview on Thursday. I don't think we do. Take your thin caps off. Do not stop on Van Lathan Jr.
I'm Rachel and Lindsay. Bye.